Getting nasty on a Wednesday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Carey just asked a very important question before we came on. He said, now, even though the Cardinals got lit up last night, can we still get nasty? That's for us.
That is for us.
The Fast Lane gets nasty, regardless of if the Cardinals or the Blues or whoever get lit up.
Yeah, I got a stain on my shirt. Nobody told me.
I'm just seeing it now.
Where did that come from?
The Airlines team studio cams where you can find Carey
and the stain.
And his stain.
What is that?
On his black shirt.
Wow.
Welcome to the Fast Lane.
Huge stain.
Air Comfort Service tax line is 314-399-9646. Our YouTube channel, 101 ESPN YouTube channel, the Snake Pit. Rocking and rolling as always. So the Cardinals and Dodgers will wrap things up at Dodger Stadium later today. 3:10 local time will be the first pitch. Cardinals lose a heartbreaker last night, 12-6, as they allowed 17 total hits and 12 runs.
When you say heartbreaker, do you mean, usually when you say heartbreaker, you think of I don't know, 28-3.
That wasn't a heartbreak. That was soul crushing.
A catch in the back of the end zone with two toes down, and the opposing team unable to win that Super Bowl.
Sure.
Shout out to those guys that did.
Yeah.
When you say heartbreaker, you usually think of a game that's close. That means something of importance, like not catching the ball on the goal line when you're one of the best tight ends in the world, and the ball kind of hits you right in the belly and hits the ground.
At least you didn't have another drop in that game.
Well, can't catch them all, Anthony.
Apparently not. No, Carey, I think that 12-6 score is a little misleading. The Dodgers scored 7 combined in the 7th and 8th. Other than that, you throw away those runs.
Anthony, what about the first 3 innings?
You win that game.
Maybe true, but you got kind of.
Gary, it was 5-3 going into the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, it was
heartbreaker last night. 12-6 loss.
Not gonna disagree with you.
Thank you,
but I do want to push back just a little bit.
Okay.
You gave up 5 runs from your starter. Remember, I talked about this. It's difficult, especially now. I mean, the Cardinals have traded 3 relievers, so you think that they may want their starters to go just a little bit longer in game so you don't tax that bullpen. Your starter gave you 3. 7 of those 17 hits were allowed by him, and so were 5 of those runs. You know?
Sure.
3 home runs. How does that make you feel? Now, I know you said it was a close game until that point, but
here's how I feel after watching Miles Mikolas pitch last night. Now, he had been, in fairness to Miles, he had pitched well the previous 2 outings. He only goes 3, allows 5 earned runs on 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. And if I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to be mean here, I don't want to watch Miles Mikolas pitch anymore.
Anthony.
I'm so tired of seeing the flip of the curveball and just perfectly in the zone.
Well, he was tipping pitches then. He's better.
And guys like Max Muncy just hammering him.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these opponents this year against Miles Mikolas absolutely barreling the snot out of his pitches.
You're not a fan of that?
No.
Well,
I'm good on any sort of Miles Mikolas in a Cardinal uniform. I don't want to. I'm done with it.
So I asked this question.
He's had a nice Cardinals career. So I feel bad saying this. I don't want to watch it.
I asked this question in the office, and you said, you know what? Save it. Talk to me about it on air.
Yeah.
I asked you if you are a Cardinal fan and you get to watch. Well, get to is probably the poor choice. A poor choice of words. You have to watch 20 games of what you saw with Eric Fetty, and now 22 games of what you've seen with Miles Mikolas. How dare anyone tell you you need to show up and see this?
Wait, are you talking about Greg Amsinger?
Well, I didn't say any names, Anthony. If you want to attach a name to it, be my guest. But how can you say you care about winning and fans showing up and having butts in seats? Like, who wants to see that? And this is, again, I played professional sports. I was a professional athlete. Anthony, here's an update. Newsflash, it's hard as hell. hard as hell.
Looks easy from my couch.
Some people think so. Those people are bat bleep crazy. It's not easy. It's pretty damn hard. It's hard to get there, as some know. It's even harder to stay there because you have to be good pretty much every time you go out there. You can't have any, off days, or you need more good days than off days. And Miles Mikolas has had a lot of off days. But if you are a Cardinals organization for 2 years straight, you saw Kyle Gibson and Lance Lynn. You saw Miles Mikolas and Eric Fetty. The year before that, I don't know who the hell was pitching. It didn't matter. You saw Adam Wainwright, who was struggling mightily, but he was trying to catch a record. Okay.
Yeah.
But for 3 years now, you've seen pitching that has not been stellar. And we got a topic that's coming up later about the Mets. Maybe you don't need an ace, but damn it, you need something that can get you through 3 innings, preferably 5 to 6.
Boy, you said 3. That's not like you.
I would like to get past 3.
Preferably. Without giving up 5.
If I could.
Yeah.
If
3 home runs or 6, depending on who you're
now
facing.
we can talk about the positives because I told you would never ever see Miles Mikolas give up 6 home runs again in life. Like it won't happen again, right? He's gonna keep the ball in the ballpark.
He tried last night.
Well, but he didn't. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Trophy husband from the Snake Pit, Carey and Marcia, asked a really important question. I can throw baseballs near the plate. Can I be a Cardinals pitcher?
Probably. How fast can you throw?
Doesn't matter.
I think it does matter. I think you need to be upwards to 85 to 90.
All I'm saying is if Miles Mikolas can allow 6 home runs in one start, and then a couple of weeks later allow 3 home runs, one of which I don't think has landed yet. Trophy husband should get a shot. That's all I'm saying.
We're trying to upgrade, though. No offense to Trophy husband. We're trying to upgrade.
I'm just on for this season.
That is true.
Replacing Miles Mikolas with Trophy husband from the Snake Pit. Just think about it, guys. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying.
How much runway we giving Trophy husband?
1 start. He doesn't allow 3 home runs, he's back in the next week.
He's back?
Yep.
How many pitches do you think it'll take Trophy husband to get out of 1 inning?
I don't know. Listen, he says he can throw a baseball near the plate.
I can too. It ain't going to have much on it.
Look, sometimes you're below hitting speed.
And that throws them off?
It throws them off. Don't know how to time you up.
Trophy husband totally fooled him with a changeup.
We don't even know his name. All right. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. By the way, we do have Bret Bielema of the Illinois Fighting Illini who's going to join us in 5 minutes. So Coach Bret Bielema will join us from Illinois to talk about the Fighting Illini's ranking, which is 12th in the top 25 coaches poll. So he'll be joining us in a couple minutes here. One other note from last night. I don't know if Nolan Gorman ever becomes a regular for the Cardinals, but I think last night in his stretch right now, offensively, not defensively, but offensively, it goes to show you, like, this guy can have a role. We got to, at some point, we just got to move on from the whole, at one point he was a top prospect, so he's got to be a starter. To me, double-digit home runs again for Nolan Gorman. You can use him in a platoon or a bench role. I don't know what his trade market is. If somebody's willing to lose, if some team is willing to lose the trade and to get Gorman, great. If not, keep him around. He's got plenty of value as a bat off the bench. Just my opinion.
I'm cool with it.
All right. Marsh, you good?
I'm great.
All say aye.
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
Everybody on the bus. It is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Coach Bret Bielema joins us next. We'll talk to the Illinois head coach about a variety of topics, including, once again, his Fighting Illini being ranked 12th. First time in the top, 15 since?
1990.
Holy smokes. Coach Bret Bielema next on 101 ESPN.
Let's get dirty here before the summer is over. Lots of time left to enjoy that beautiful sunshine. Maybe a pool party, maybe the float trip, maybe just a nice little trip up to the lake. But whatever you're doing, don't forget to visit my friends over at Dirt Cheap. They are your one-stop party shop. Unbelievable selection of all your favorite beers, all your favorite bourbons, whether it's red wine, white wine, tequilas, vodkas. They have everything. And the one part I love, they've got all the little bins with all the little airplane bottles full of your favorite shots. They've got the buckets of Fireball. I mean, who doesn't love that? And all of this for a great price. Remember, Dirt Cheap is about the price, not the product. They've also got a rewards app, so download that, start saving immediately. You can use it to place a pickup or delivery order, and you can join their exclusive bourbon club. Plenty of new locations available, including the brand new one out in Wentzville, so really no excuse not to visit one of our locations. So again, that's Dirt Cheap. You can visit them at cheapcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
With Super Bowl champion Carey Davis, of course, proud alum of the Illinois Fighting Illini. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by the head coach of the Illinois Fighting Illini, Bret Bielema. And Coach, we appreciate you joining us today. How are you?
I'm good, Anthony. Thanks for having me on. How you doing, Carey?
I'm doing well, Coach. How does it feel? You all are back into it, getting ready for the season to begin, practicing. You all have a night practice tonight. How's it going so far?
Well, I'm glad it's today because yesterday my voice was not here. I'm glad I got it back today and able to join you guys. But, yeah, we were practice number 5 tonight. We actually, as you know, Carey, part of the battle of these times of year is just trying to figure out when to push and when to back off, right? So we'll pull off them a little bit tonight because tomorrow's first day in full pad. So we want to get them amped up for tomorrow's practice big time.
Now, Coach, you got a team returning 16 starters, and the polls came out a couple of days ago, ranked number 12 in the preseason poll. First time in 35 years that Illinois has been ranked that high. What are your thoughts about that, and what's the message to the team as you prepare for this season?
Well, I told them, hey, when they keep throwing us 1990, I go, I was 20. Like to put things in perspective. But it's it's fun, and as you know, obviously, Anthony, you've been from the state and everything. Like, it's just so new to Illinois. Mm-hmm. It creates a lot of buzz, probably, that it's nice to have, but it's just because it's never been there, right? And I think we got to constantly kind of remind ourselves, but more importantly, our players, right? Like, you created this excitement, which is awesome, but there's not one thing about excitement that carries into wins, right? Like, you got to do the things that got us to this point, and they've really been locked in. I couldn't be happier with the first 4 practices, and I think they're focused on the things we need to be on.
Coach, kind of piggybacking off of what Carey just asked just a little bit, he mentions all your starters returning, but of course every year you have a new crop of either freshmen or incoming transfers. How do you balance telling the new guys these are our standards while also making sure that your returning players who have heard that message are once again on board so that they can also kind of help you instill your standards each and every year?
Well, it's a great question, and I tell you, as coaches, we definitely have a voice, but the guys in the locker room with them, they're our guys that set the standard, right? Literally, Josh Kreutz, who's been a 3-year starter for us, he got up in front of the team yesterday and talked about the standard, right? And we talk a lot about TSD, which is tough, smart, dependable, and kind of not just how you play the game. It's not about how, tough, smart, dependable has nothing to do with how high you jump or how fast you run or how well you throw a ball. It has to do with the way you live, right? And I think the expectation of our locker room is to pass that on to the next guy. We literally have guys every day talk about how they learned. We had Matt Bailey get up the other day and talked about how he learned where he's at today by Sidney Brown, right? We have offensive linemen that talk about how they learned things through Paucho and Doug Kramer and the guys that have left this building, right? So super excited. We have about 40% of our roster that's new. Every day I start the day off, my first meeting of the day is with first-year players, so anybody that's never gone through a fall camp. So guys that joined us last January and guys that joined us in June, those guys all meet with me for half an hour, and many times it's just repetitively going over the things that I believe make this place what it is, right? And, the first time you hear things, the second time you process them, right? So a lot of those guys are getting the message twice a day, and I think that's a big deal for us.
Now, Coach, you have been at Illinois for a number of years now, going on your 5th season, and obviously had some other stops in other places. What makes, this year different from your first year at Illinois compared to Arkansas or Wisconsin? How have you evolved as a head coach?
Oh, 100%. I learn every day from our players. I think everybody, especially in the outside world, thinks that the players just learn from us, but we take things every day from our players, how to do things well, how to do them better. Luke Altmaier is one of the best advanced thinkers I've ever been around. He literally came up with a couple things in the last probably 2 weeks that make us do things differently. Josh Kreutz, I literally was walking through the lobby the other day, post about 10:15 at night. I'm walking out to my car, and he's in there. He's always sitting in the same spot, watching film every night, right by the office exit, and talk to him a couple minutes, just kind of where we were, what we needed to do. So listening to our veteran players is a really big part of it. I would tell you, though, Carey, to be honest, I'm a very routine-oriented person, so I do rely a lot on what's happened in the past, both good and bad. I think we all, naturally gravitate to the moments of success, but I promise you, I sit here today and I've learned a heck of a lot more in moments of adversity than I do in moments of success. So you really got to learn from those things and take them and move forward.
Now, Coach, I am firmly entrenched here in St. Louis. Obviously, it's a lot of SEC fans, a lot of Mizzou fans, and I have to deal with this nonsense every day. I'm carrying the Illinois flag as high and as proud as I can, but you were a guy that coached in the SEC. You've obviously coached in the Big Ten. What are some of the differences between the SEC, and what are some of the similarities that you see between both conferences?
Yeah, on the big stage, I would say first the fan bases. Everybody wants to talk about how they're different. They are so similar, Carey. They're very passionate. A lot of them are in those little college towns, right? Like in really ingrained in the community. So that's a big part of it. But I think today's world, the one that we're living in now, the world when I was in the SEC, I was in the SEC West. You had to fall out of bed every day and you had to, beat LSU, Alabama, A&M, and oh yeah, you got to also Ole Miss and Mississippi State, right? Like, it's just insane what the gauntlet you were facing on a daily basis. Well, now this Big Ten, especially when we added those 4 teams out west. Oh yeah, you also have this school, USC. Oh yeah, Oregon. Oh yeah, Washington. Like, it's just, there's no other conference in college football that touches all 4 time zones, touches all four seasons, all 4 weather environments. Like, it's just, it's really an exciting time to be in this league, and really nobody else can duplicate it. And obviously, have 2 back-to-back national champions coming out of our league has just really done a lot for us. Just national exposure, media, also dealing with recruits. Like, when the Big Ten wins, we all win, right? And I think that's a really big thing that we've kind of began to realize here in our conference.
Illinois head coach Bret Bielema joining us right now on the Fast Line on 101 at ESPN. Coach, after you coached at Arkansas, you go to New England and you're on the coaching staff with Bill Belichick. You guys win a historic Super Bowl. It was a 13-3 game. The defense that you guys put together was remarkable that night when you guys beat the Rams. When you eventually left the Patriots, what was the biggest takeaway that you had working on the same staff with Bill Belichick?
Anthony, it was really football utopia. You don't have recruiting in the NFL; you have selection, right? So
right.
You don't have all those phone calls and all those things. So that was a big takeaway, like how they acquire their talent through great evaluation. And in a way, I brought that here, right? Like, I set up my personnel department exactly like an NFL team. We had. In the NFL, they have pro scouting and college scouting. Well, here I developed college scouting and high school scouting, and that's really paid off for us now in the dividends of the portal as well as retention. And the other thing is just I thought one of the things I took from Bill was the staff organization and the coaches guys around. You mentioned Anthony that Super Bowl, right? Well, that was the direct game plan of a guy by the name of Brian Flores, who's now the D coordinator at the Minnesota Vikings. He's just a very talented. Skilled coach, but he is able to relate and teach his players the things they needed to know, and just a lot of different things, from simplistic how to take on a block to also where you want to take that block on, right? So it's just it was really good for me to kind of decompress from the college experience for about 3 years. That NFL experience was a lot of fun, and like you said, won a Super Bowl, which was awesome, but also built a lot of great relationships that I'm leaning on to this day.
So did Coach Belichick reach back out to you? Now he's in your world. He's in college. He's at North Carolina. Did any text messages or phone calls happen with him? Like, hey, Coach Bret, what do I need to know about the college ball?
He actually was a huge part of even my hiring process here. He talked to Josh Whitman, and I know Josh really enjoyed that conversation with him. We've remained in contact. I think he's finding out college football is kind of a different animal than the NFL. In fact, there's really never a day off, right? Like, you got player roster, acquisition, retention. There's really no moment where your phone doesn't stop, right? So we definitely had some conversations in the winter and the spring. It was funny. It was when I thought there might be a window that we were going to be able to scrimmage with other college teams, he literally was the first guy I reached out to, because one of the things I learned through him in the NFL, when you have those crossover scrimmages, you really want to do it with someone that you partner with and respect, and how you do the daily things, right? That's these guys that, kind of run their own independent shows and do things on their own little whims. Those are the things that can get you in trouble, right? So I do think that's going to be something and it's really fun for college football fans. I could see like a spring crossover practice window where maybe we are in Orlando and we maybe get together with another Big Ten team and 2 SEC schools, and we have a couple joint practices, right? Like, I really think college football is down that path and going to be there in a short fashion.
I look forward to that. That will be awesome to see, and I will be present for those scrimmages if it does take place. Coach, we thank you for joining us, man. I'm looking forward to August 29th. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I know the fight on the line, I will be ready to roll versus Western Illinois. So appreciate you joining us, and see you in a couple of weeks.
Sure, I appreciate it, man. Keep waving that flag, my friend. I appreciate it. IOL.
I.
Coach, thank you. It was our pleasure today. Thank you. All right, there you go. Coach Bret Bielema here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. I love his perspective when it comes to the players teaching him and the coaching staff just as much, if not more, than them teaching the players. He seems a head coach, and he's been around a while now, where he's open to each experience.
Right.
He goes to the NFL. He's going to learn from Bill Belichick. He comes back to college. He's going to learn, from the students. And I know there's a lot of people that was wondering if he would go to Iowa, since he was an Iowa guy. He played at Iowa, and he's like, listen, I ain't going anywhere.
Right.
I'm committed to Illinois, and that's what he's been. He's been committed to it, and now he's got your Fighting Illini in the top 15.
I'm excited, man. This is probably the most excited Illinois fans have been. I couldn't tell you the last time, because this is a season where we surprised some people last year. Won 10 games, you return to 16 starters. None of that means anything. Like, you can wipe the slate clean. Nobody cares that you won 10 games. Nobody cares that you got that many returning starters. You still have to go out and prove it every day. But one thing I learned about Bret Bielema and his staff is that those guys put in work. They are teachers of the game, and their teams are generally well coached and ready to play ball week in and week out. So I'm excited about the process that they're having right now, going through with training camp and getting ready for the season. But I know August 29th they will be ready to roll, because they are a very well coached football team.
Great stuff. If you missed the interview, Coach Bret Bielema We'll have it as part of our podcast, and we'll have it up on our 101ESPN.com website, as well as the Star Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app a little bit later on. But the podcast, as always, brought to you by Shave Door Company. We didn't do the lineup game yet. Game starts at 3:10. First pitch, 3:10 at Dodger Stadium. So let's play the lineup game. We'll get a beat the streak in there, home run derby. That's all next on 101 ESPN. Underdog fantasy is where it's at, and now that we've got the second half rolling, you really have a good feel for what players and teams are doing. It's great, right? So Underdog fantasy allows you to pick a couple players each and every day from various games. You could stick with the same game if you want, but you don't have to. You could bounce around. So you could take one player from the Cardinals and Dodgers and choose whether or not they'll go over higher or lower than home runs, strikeouts, total bases. They've got all kinds of stuff. If you want to jump then to another game and choose whether or not a player will go higher or lower on home runs, strikeouts, total bases in that game, great, you can. Once your entry feels great at Underdog, if your entry winds up being correct, you can win up to 1,000 times your money, which means you can turn a single dollar into 1,000 just for getting a few picks right. Underdog, tons of fun to play. Over 100 five-star reviews on their app, millions of users, people playing everywhere, including right here in Missouri, and winning big. Might as well be you. Download the Underdog app, sign up with my promo code, which is just my first name, Anthony, to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use that promo code Anthony at Underdog Fantasy. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals take on the Dodgers here in, I would say, a little over 30 minutes. 3:10 first pitch as Matthew Liberatore will take the mound. Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers. If you've missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Illinois football head coach Bret Bielema, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobstar and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows and interviews there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We'll also talk with Brad Thompson at 3:15. But since the game is starting here soon, we have the lineup game to play. That's coming next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Before we play a lineup game, we do need a new Beat the Streak contestant. So if you want to text into the Air Comfort Service text line right now to play Beat the Streak, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Do so now because we are planning to play Beat the Streak following the lineup game. So text in now if you want to play Beat the Streak, and you might have an opportunity to get on one of the final streaks of the season. I guess we have got a month and a half, right?
No, you're right.
Okay.
You're always right, Anthony.
Month and a half plus.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shohei Ohtani's on the bump for the
I thought
Dodgers.
you were saying show us Shohei. I was like, damn it, man. Let's go.
What?
I thought you were saying show us Shohei, like he was leading off for us.
Oh, that would be incredible. No, you're facing him today.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He, of course, is a right-hander who's got a 2.40 ERA.
Is that good?
Yeah. Now, he hasn't pitched a lot, but still, he can dominate faces, as we know.
All right, Anthony.
CD, go ahead.
Show us Brendan Donovan.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
No reason to mess around here.
Nah.
Show us Ivan Herrera.
Oh, Yvonne? That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant. Little cheese on my croissant.
Show us Alec Burleson.
I thought I told you I'm a star.
You're already acting like you're a star, and we haven't even opened yet.
Show us Wilson Contreras, right?
Sure.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
You are so wrong.
Of course. Day off then. All right, so who's this then? They just bumping up Newt. Newt has been fifth.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, but
You don't have
Gorman.
I don't know.
Okay.
If it's not Contreras,
We have to turn it.
Show us.
I don't think it's Mason
No,
Wynn.
I don't think so. Show. You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Show us Lars Taylor Tatsui Newbar.
Well done.
International superstar.
Watch out, don't run into any walls or anything.
All right, so this would be Mason Wynn.
Sure.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Duncan! Bring me that
Nolan Gorman.
Yeah.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman's.
Dingers! Hang me a curve and I will hit. Dingers!
So this
has been a spot where we have mucked it up.
Well, they bet Pozo in front of Walker, and they bet Walker in front of Pages. Don't they? I don't know.
I would think Jordan Walker would be in the lineup today.
I think he is. You had Scott with a day off yesterday, so I think it's Walker,
Pages, Scott. I'm with you.
Show us Jordan Walker.
Die for every ball. It's boring otherwise, plus it looks harder. The most important play in right field is what I like to call the janitor throw. Guaranteed out every time. I call it the janitor throw because it cleans up that are trying to take an extra base on you.
Show us Pedro Pages.
Smithers, throw this at him. You're out!
Maybe.
Show us Victor Scott II.
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad. Not great.
Yeah.
Not
terrible.
Not terrible. Marsh, can you run it, please?
All right, leading off, your second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Batting second, the DH, Ivan Herrera. Batting third, your first baseman, Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter, left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting sixth, playing third base, Nolan Gorman. Batting seventh in right field is Jordan Walker. Batting eighth in catching, Pedro Pajes. And batting ninth in center field, Victor Scott the second.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go foul, go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw!
Home run.
Congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you.
Scored 2 points last night.
Thank you.
Did you?
I did.
Who'd you have?
Wilson.
Good for you, man.
I think all my points have come from Wilson Contreras this year.
What are you going to do today?
Yeah, I know. Maybe him off the bench.
Not a bad choice.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, Jamie sent you his pick, right?
Yeah, he had Hampson off of the
Ham
bench.
sauce again. Okay.
Hampson.
Third time's the charm.
Third times.
Now, he hasn't seen any playing time yet.
Yeah,
but
don't worry about it.
Not
As
yet.
Jamie, as we quote Jamie, he's due.
Please do. I'm next. Give me Ivan Herrera.
All right. I'm going to go with Brendan Donovan. I think he jumps on one early.
Ain't mad at that.
I think he sabotages old Shohei Ohtani and hits one out
First pitch.
for a three-pointer.
First pitch.
First pitch.
Jump on him.
Yeah.
I think it's Nootbaar. I'm going back to Nootbaar. Nootbaar gets one off of Ohtani today.
I was almost ticked off because Gorman hit one. I had Gorman 2 nights ago. Remember, I wound up saying, I feel like the person I pick often hits a home run within the next 2 games.
Well, that's why I'm picking Newt once again. I feel like that happens a lot.
It's the do factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the, oh, damn, I just missed it prediction.
Are you getting a sense that the Cardinals are trying to play Nootbaar every day? They're moving pieces around so he can play?
Well,
yesterday he played center field.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen in a long time. And then today Wilson Contreras gets the day off against the Dodgers of all teams. And now Alec Burleson's playing first base and Nootbaar still in the lineup.
So after you had brought up with Nootbaar that maybe they're going to start to showcase him, they're showcasing him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Okay. He is often red hot in the second half. Like he is a second half player through and through. And it's early here in the second half, but once again, Nootbaar's doing some damage. He's going to look real good, and I mean real good, in a Pirates uniform next year.
Pirates?
Yeah.
For Paul Skeens.
That's
Get
right.
her done.
You figured out where I was going on that, didn't you? Chris Ant from the Snake Pit, he's pissed. Exactly no sense. You let your best offensive player play against the best pitchers and give days off against the crappy teams. He's ticked off that Wilson Contreras not in the lineup. I am too. I like watching Wilson Contreras play baseball.
I don't know, man.
And any day he's not playing baseball in a Cardinal uniform is a bad day.
It's a getaway day, Anthony. Right?
I guess for everybody, including Ollie, who's writing the lineup in. Just kidding.
Contreras has a stomach bug.
Oh, no.
According to the news.
Yeah, I had one of those last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to bring in the same food.
Well, it was Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He just said he got a stomach bug.
Well, it wasn't a bug. It was just, it was moving through me, Anthony. That's what that type of food does.
The Stalter household
moves through me quick.
Stalter household has Taco Tuesdays as well.
Oh, we had tacos last night also.
Did you?
Yeah.
Spicy food, and this was pretty spicy.
Was it?
I don't like spicy.
It goes right through me
do.
like Carey Davis through a defensive line.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Yeah.
I like spicy food. I don't like, I've got to show you how tough I am spicy. I just like the spice. Like if it's got good flavor, little heat.
I do not. I get heartburn really bad, like acid reflux. I feel like my heart is it's about to come out of my chest, and I'm just it doesn't feel good. Like you can't sleep.
So no ice cream for you,
Yeah, no
typically, and no hot food.
Ice cream?
You'll eat it.
I still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because who doesn't?
I mean, I love ice cream. You just got to
power through that.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We will do Beat the Streak and Bet the Board next. So hopefully we got a new Beat the Streak contestant right there, Marshy. You gave me the thumbs up. All right. Beat the Streak, Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN. I love Mosby Building Arts. I love the way that they took care of our home, our Stalter, in the Stalter households. Back in February, when we had a couple of double doors replaced in our family room that led out to the back patio. I've told the story before because it's an important one. We had other companies come out and take a look at the issue. And what the issue was, we actually getting water down in our basement because anytime it rained and rained hard, that water would leak through those doors. And a lot of people came, yeah, you know what? Once you replace the doors, you're good. Mosby Building Arts was the only company that said, we're going to replace the doors for you because that does need to happen. But your issue actually is the back steps. Back steps were installed improperly, and it was causing the water to seep through and get to the basement. And once they removed those steps off, I literally saw what Mosby was talking about with there being a gaping hole in the back there. I'm like, holy smokes. Thankfully, Mosby Building Arts, they're the right remodeling company. And Mosby is not just a premium brand, but a smart and attainable investment in your everyday happiness. So whether you're looking at kitchens, windows, siding, new fireplace maybe, or a couple of double doors that were causing issues in your basement like I was, you can take advantage of their fantastic deals. Now through August 31st, you can save up to $5,000 on kitchens, on windows, on siding, on fireplace. Hit that $5,000 off your project until August 31st just because you called Mosby Building Arts. Details can be found at Mosby. Call Mosby.com. Again, call Mosby.com. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Time to play Beat the Streak, where we try to predict one hitter to get at least one hit in the Cardinals game today. They take on Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers. And we welcome in Chuck, who's our latest listener to attempt a Beat the Streak. What's up, Chuck?
Nothing much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, it's our pleasure. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing. Marsh, what's the latest streaks?
All right, Anthony. So, unfortunately for you, Andy Pajes did not get a hit, so you're back to 0.
What
Victor Scott did not get a hit for Jamie. He is at 0. Carey has a streak of 3. I have a streak of 2. Jared did not get a hit, a.k.a. Will Smith did not get a hit, so we invite Chuck on the show. And Chuck is going to have to break a different streak, and that is the listener streak. 3 times in a row, they have missed out. A new contestant has yet to start a streak since Ryan did at the end of July.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, the order today will be Carey, Marsh, Chuck, me, and Jamie.
Okay. Give me Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman. All right, Chuck, you are up.
A lot of faith in the Cardinals there, guys. Way to go. I'm going to go with a Cardinal. Let's go with Donovan.
Okay. I got him for a home run, so hopefully he leaves the yard for us there, Chuck.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to follow in Chuck's suit there, and I'm going to take Teoscar Hernandez, who should be a Cardinal. But I'm going to take Hernandez. And I just got word from Jamie that he actually wants in on that Andy Pajes dream. Andy Pajes for Jamie Rivers. All right, Chuck, you got Brendan Donovan. As long as he gets a hit, you'll be back tomorrow. Well, what, Friday? They play tomorrow? I think Friday.
They're off tomorrow.
They're off tomorrow. They'll be back Friday. So, Chuck, we again appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing, and go Donovan.
Talk to you guys Friday.
All right, Dad, I love that.
Nice.
That's confidence, man.
Nice.
It is. Chuck's confident. He's ready to go. He's locked in.
Yep.
All right, from Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. Marshy. Marsh, you have updated standings for us?
All right, Anthony, you are at 2 points as the Dodgers did score at least 5 runs.
Yeah, they added a few more.
Certainly did.
Well, they scored 5 off of Miles Mikolas.
You saw that one coming, huh?
Yeah, well, I tried. And then they decided to add 7 more later on.
For you.
Now, Detroit won, so Jamie also has 2 points.
Detroit got smoked.
So Jamie has 1 point. I must have looked at the wrong score.
Detroit lost last night. Chris Paddock pitched against them.
6-3.
Yeah.
6-3.
And it was...
Oh, you know what I looked at?
Today's score?
The 4th, as they beat the Twins 6-3.
Wow.
I knew the score was...
Yeah, Chris Paddock faces former team last night and got his you-know-what ripped.
That's not good.
Okay, so Jamie has 1 point, actually. Carey, unfortunately for you, the Yankees continue to stink.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge did not get a hit.
He had no ball.
And Miles Mikolas definitely allowed over 5.5 hits. So I have 2 points as well. So all of us, except for Jamie, have 2 points.
Well, Jamie sent his pick in, and it is a live bet that he wants to get in.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
The Tigers on the money line. It's weird. Weird that he would vote for that. That's what he said.
Well, who am I to... I mean, the man's a 3-time champ.
He's done it.
3 straight times he's won Bet the Board. So who am I to...
He said Tigers.
Who's any of us?
He said Tigers on the money line again.
Wow, that's a... Well, they better hurry.
Yep. He said run it back. So I said, okay.
What, are they down by 1 in the first inning?
Well, that was the case last night.
They're playing hard.
They were down 2-0 in the first inning today. All right, so Jamie's locked in with the Tigers. Fear the roar.
Is it on me? I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
Go Tiger. Give me Eugenio Suarez, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
What's that guy ever done?
He's pretty good there, Anthony. And they play in the White Sox. I think it might be good for him. Minus 135. Sorry, 115.
Okay. Marsh, would you like to go?
Yeah, I'm going to... This is tough. I don't believe this guy's going to pitch that many innings. However, for some weird reason, I think the Cardinals are going to at least get 3 hits off of Shohei Ohtani today. Minus 145, over 2.5 hits allowed.
Wow.
So Ohtani's got to give up at least 3 hits for you to cashola. Okay. Marsh, please give me the Houston Astros over 3.5 runs against the Marlins today. Over 3.5 runs for the Houston Astros at minus 140. Please and thank you. All right, there you go. That is Bet the Board and Beat the Streaks here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Speaking of our guy, Jamie, he will be back tomorrow, ladies and gents. That's right. A couple of weeks for Jamie to recover, but he got word in from the doctor today that he can return to work tomorrow. So Jamie will be back in his normal spot mañana. Fastlane will be whole again. All right, CD?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, ready?
Yeah.
Which young Cardinals player would you do a deal like the Boston Red Sox just did with one of their young up-and-coming players? That's next on 101 ESPN.
With over 2 decades of family ownership and operation, my friends over at E&B Granite, they are St. Louis's trusted name when it comes time for renovating, whether it's your kitchen, your bathroom, or how about that outdoor living space. E&B Granite, they offer an extensive selection of custom countertops. I mean, anything that you're looking for, they have right there on site. And you can go back and look at the slab. You don't have to look at a small little sample or anything like that. No, you get a really good look at what the pattern is and whether you love it or not. And they're going to help you throughout the entire process. They've got great flooring additions as well. And really, the biggest thing is their in-house design staff. They are phenomenal at what they do. If you know exactly what you want, then they're going to help you throughout the process of that. But let's say you don't know what you're doing. Like me, when I redid my kitchen, they held my hand the entire way, and I couldn't have been happier with the results. They're fantastic individuals, just fantastic staff overall. So please, if you have a chance, get down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, explore their massive inventory of all the countertops, cabinets, and flooring, or call ahead. Book an appointment. That number is 314-645-9300. Again, that's 314-645-9300. Or you can always visit enbgranite.com.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, 3 o'clock. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. The Boston Red Sox made headway today, or headlines today, as they signed their young center fielder, Roman Anthony, to a massive contract. He signs for $130 million, 8 years, $130. He was promoted from AAA, I think, a couple of weeks ago, I believe. Well, 46 games he's played, so do the math there. But he's slashing 283, 400, 428 with two home runs, 27 runs scored, 19 RBI, and 2 steals. But this is what other teams have done with some of their young players. Identify a young player that looks like they have plenty of potential and sign them right away so that while, yes, it is a risk, they're at least paying big money for that young player through their prime. Again, other teams have done this. Not every team's handing out $130 million, but we've seen them. We've seen teams like the Braves do this a couple of times, whether it's Ozzie Albies or Acuna, and those deals look like steals compared to what some of these other teams are doing. That could also backfire. The Rays signed Wander Franco to a massive contract, not knowing some of the off-field disgusting habits he had. Mm-hmm. Is there a Cardinal that you would do a deal like this?
Mason Wynn.
Yeah, Mason Wynn's. I think Mason Wynn's the only one.
And I think
a deal like this. I mean, 8 years, $130.
Yeah, just like this. And I think if he wins a Gold Glove this year and maybe a Platinum Glove, I think you definitely should look into getting that done, because the price only continues to go up the longer you wait. If you wait, and we talked about this with Jerry Jones and his inability to get a contract done and end up costing him more, having to pay Dak Prescott to be the highest paid receiver, CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have to end up doing the same thing with Michael Parsons at some point. Like, the longer you wait, the more money you're going to have to spend. So if you're the Cardinals, you know this player is going to be on your roster for years to come. And here's the thing. I don't know if you also give him a no-trade clause in that contract, in that extension, in that deal. But you work a way to if you need to move on from it, you can, right? 8 years, $130 million. I don't think that that's terrible for a guy that you think is going to be on your team for the next 8 to 10 years, and you're not going to want to pay him $200 million, $300 million, because the longer you wait, that's what you're going to end up paying. So, yeah, I think Mason Wynn would be the one player on this team that would be deserving of that type of contract, especially if he wins a Gold Glove this offseason.
And there's risk. There's risk on both sides. There's risk for it's not just the team. Like sometimes you think like, oh well, why pay him? You got to go through the arbitration process and all that. Why don't you just go year to year through the arbitration process, and then when they become a free agent at 26, you really know. You know, in the case of Roman Anthony, be 26. But at least then you know for sure. But like you said, CD, if they play well, if Mason Wynn plays well, you could be looking at a deal like Francisco Lindor's as opposed to what Roman Anthony just signed. That's the risk from the team standpoint. From a player standpoint, you could be worth $200 to $250 million on the open market,
right? And
you bypassed it because you signed so early.
Correct.
But Roman Anthony's got $130 million guaranteed.
Right.
Hard to argue with that.
You're not going to get much pushback from a player when you're telling them, hey, we can go to arbitration, pre-arb, we can pay you $5 million, and then another maybe $7 million, and then we can keep or I can give you 8 years, $130. 8 years, $100 million. Yeah, I'll take the $100 million right now, because I know that's because there are risks on both sides. As a player, you're taking the risk of, if I don't perform well, I might not ever see this type of money. As an ownership and as a front office, you're taking the risk because if this player doesn't play well, then, you paid him and it's not worth the contract. But on the flip side, again, if he plays outstanding, you have a player at a premium position or at a price that is so much more greater than what you would have had to pay if you'd have waited 3 to 4 more years.
For example, Francisco Lindor, who I mentioned before, Francisco Lindor signed a 10-year, $341 million contract with the Mets, including $21 million signing bonus. All 341, of course, since it's Major League Baseball, is guaranteed. Average annual salary over $34 million.
How old will he be when he's done with that contract, Anthony?
He will be a free agent in 2032. He'll be 38.
Yeah. Give me that for a guy that is going to be 28 or 30 when he ends that contract, that 8-year contract.
Right.
That makes more sense. And you're paying less money.
Right.
Again, now it is a risk because if that player doesn't reach the level that you expect them to, if they're not able to play at that high of a level, you could have missed on it. Mm-hmm. But you potentially could be saving yourself hundreds of millions of dollars by having that player sign that contract earlier.
Yeah.
You know, we always talk about, well, we want the Cardinals to sort of replicate the Braves model, pay your young guys early. Can they even do that? I feel like there's so many question marks surrounding this team, minus maybe a few players. I don't even feel comfortable going in that route because I don't want to give money to players that I don't really trust.
Well, I think that's why the only player that even qualifies in this discussion from my standpoint, and I think from Carey's too, is Mason Wynn.
100%.
You wouldn't do this with Alec Burleson, and you like Alec Burleson, but it doesn't make much sense to do that.
What about Ivan Herrera?
Ivan Herrera would be the second player on my list, but even then, I got to see him do more. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a problem waiting until Ivan Herrera plays a full season and has a full season worth of production.
And is a full season of health.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, I think Ivan Herrera. And so here's my question. What do you think? Ivan Herrera plays 140 games in a season. How many home runs does he hit? Because you're a DH. You're supposed to be, I assume, baseball is so crazy now. Cleanup hitters don't hit for power. You know, DHs don't have to hit for, nobody has to hit for power unless you do. Like, he hits 20 home runs. Is that enough for that position to say, okay, we're going to pay him how much?
What did you say, 20?
20 home runs.
See,
right now he has, 10?
Yeah.
And he's played in how many games this year? I don't know. I can't find it.
Hold on. I'll look it up here.
Yeah, my computer is moving slowly.
Yeah, he has played in 61 games.
I was going to say 70. 61 games, 10 home runs.
So in 253 plate appearances, he's got 10 home runs.
So you figure 600? You think he might get to 30, 25, 30?
Yeah, I mean, full 140 game season, I think 20 to 25 home runs is more than doable.
Okay.
And I think he's probably got even more power potential, but he is, 23? 20, no, sorry, he's 25. I think he is a 25 home run hitter with the potential to hit 30 in a great year.
Okay.
But he's also not playing defense.
Right.
So, again, going back to our conversation about contracts, and Marsh brought up, would you pay anybody else? No. I think it's Mason Wynn, and that's it.
I agree.
There's certainly no pitcher that you feel confident enough in to say, hey, we're just going to do this with a young pitcher. This has worked for many teams before. One of the more notable cases was the Padres paying Anthony Rizzo before he was traded to the Cubs. Mm-hmm. That deal looked fantastic. Ozzie Albies, even though he's having a down year this year, that contract was a sin based on his market value, but he's like, hey, I've never seen this much money before in my life. This is great. I'm not in it to be super rich. I'm just going to take what's offered to me. Now, the MLBPA, and I got this from our dear late friend Chris Duncan, the MLBPA will say don't do it.
Yeah.
Because obviously they want you to go to market.
And get paid.
They want the start. There's a reason why they continue to fight for no salary cap.
Right.
So that the stars in the league can make as much as a team is willing to pay.
So we got a text here from the 870 says, Mason Wynn will not win a Gold Glove in the next 3 years. First of all, he doesn't hit enough. Second, he's hurt. Second of all, he's hurt too much. There are way better shortstops in the league, and offense does matter.
So offense used to matter. In fairness to the texter, offense used to matter for this award. It has changed over the last, I would say, 5, 6, 7 years. Mm-hmm. It used to just be a pure offensive award, and maybe I'm overestimating on the 5 to 7, but voters now look at actual glove, and they don't necessarily take in what you do with the bat now.
Right.
It used to be like that. As far as the comment about being hurt, he played 150 games last year in his first. That was his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Played 150 games. He's played in 102 games this year. He has. I guess I'm lost on the.
Mason Wynn will more than likely, in my opinion, win the Gold Glove this season.
I agree 100%.
He's got 2 errors on the year,
and both of them are throwing errors, no fielding errors. Like it's him being able to get to balls that most people and most humans can't, and trying to throw it over there because he knows he has the arm to be able to do it. So
yeah, somebody I don't know. Maybe they can text in and explain what they meant about him being hurt.
Yeah, I don't
hurt
know
too much. Again, 150 games last year out of 162,
and he's played in 102 games out of 115 so far this year.
Yeah. So, and he hasn't been hurt.
Right. I think he didn't go on the IL. I think he missed a couple of days with some soreness. Maybe it was knee or leg.
Yeah, that was early in the season, right?
Yeah.
That was it. I don't think has he been on the IL at all?
I don't think he has.
Okay. All right.
I think people are too caught up with his offense and not appreciative enough of his defense.
I don't think his offense isn't an albatross.
No. I don't know why everyone's so up. Like, not everybody, but there are some people that are like, you guys overrate him.
And no offense to this player. I really don't mean any offense here. But it's not like he's Brendan Ryan. I mean, Brendan Ryan was an unbelievable defensive player. He wasn't much offensively at all. So I don't really understand where the knock is on Wynn's offense. It's not like we're comparing him to Shohei Ohtani. By the way, right now, WRC plus of 102. So he's 2 percentage points higher than average. So if you want to say he's more of an average offensive hitter, okay, I can buy that. But let's not make up a narrative here that just doesn't exist.
Well, let's also not be the same person to complain about defense when other players are making errors and the fundamentals are not there.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Splashback Deuce says, at 101 ESPN, hold listeners accountable. Share that phone number.
That's probably illegal.
Yeah, I don't think we could do that. Chris brings up a good point in the Snake Pit. Says, didn't we complain about Yachty's offense at 1.2? LOL. Yeah, true.
How many Gold Gloves he win?
About $1 billion.
Yeah, that guy did nothing.
And Bazooka 275. Wow, Brendan Ryan taking shrapnel.
You didn't mean it that way.
I meant no disrespect. Unbelievable glove, though. One person that will tell you that is our next guest, Bret Thompson. We'll talk to BT about the Cardinals, get his thoughts on the trade deadline, because this is the first time we'll chat with him, and talk about the rest of the season with Brad next on 101 ESPN.
All right, St. Louis, if you're thinking about selling your home anytime soon or in the St. Louis area, now's the time to call the best in the business. Not just an average agent who might get your home sold. No, call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. That's right, guaranteed. Gloria's been in the business for over 20 years. She knows exactly what's going on with the market here in St. Louis, and she knows exactly what the price is of your home to get you the most money possible and sell quickly. Why is she so confident? Well, we talked about her being in the business for over 20 years. How about she's got 24,000 plus buyers in waiting? So that means your home might already be sold. All you have to do is list it, and Gloria Lou's going to help you with all of that. Again, she is my favorite realtor to use when it comes time to selling your home. She gets the job done quickly and maximizes your return. All you got to do, pick the phone, give her a call. Her phone number is 314-325-6888. Again, that number is 314-325-6888. Please tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. If you can't remember that number, pretty easy. Go to GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Again, that's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Hanging with Brad Thompson on 101 ESPN.
Hanging breaking ball from Brad Thompson. And boy, does he get a swing on it. Lift and separate and see you later.
Hanging with BT is sponsored by St. Luke's, ranked top 2% in the nation for cardiac surgery by Health Grades. Visit stlukes-stl.com.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by our good pal, Brad Thompson, 2006 World Series champion. And, of course, you can see him all throughout the season on FanDuel Sports Network. BT, what's up, brother?
Not much, gentlemen. How we doing today?
Good, good. Just watching Shohei Ohtani against our beloved Cardinals here.
We got to get one of those, you know. I don't know how many Shohei Ohtanis are around just humming 97, 98, nice and easy. Apparently, he's a pretty good offensive player as well. But it really is like silly every time you get a chance to watch that dude play. I mean, you're seeing something that you're probably not going to see again, at least for a really long time.
I mean, we're not even seeing this, guys, in sports right now, are we? I mean, somebody that is doing what Shohei Ohtani is doing, he is a great hitter. He is a great base runner. He, when completely healthy and allowed to throw, max innings, he's a great pitcher. Is there another comparable in sports right now?
I can't think of one, right? I mean, Carey, are there any NFL guys that are going both ways right now?
Travis Hunter, but he hasn't played an NFL game yet, but he did do it in college. But a lot of people don't think he's going to be able to do it at that level in the NFL.
What do you think?
I hope. I'm interested to see. I think it's going to be extremely hard. There are a lot. It's different, but he played upwards to 120, 130 plays in college. I think in the NFL, he's going to have to focus solely on one side and then maybe, have certain packages on the offense. I think defense should be the number one priority. And then offensively, you could probably play 25, 30 plays a game and be able to, play over 100 plays in that game.
Well, look, I'm rooting for him. Yeah. Rooting for him for sure. Hopefully that happens because stuff like that is fun to see. Football, though, there's so many different variables, right? So many different. Baseball is such an individual game, so it really highlights when somebody stands out in the way that he does. I cannot think of another comp. And Anthony, to your point, it's not just being able to do different things. They're like, oh look, he can hit too. No, he's the best freaking hitter also. It's silly. And, not bad for $2 million a year that the Dodgers are paying right now.
They got a steal on Shohei Ohtani, no doubt. Was there, going back to your playing days, BT, was there a player that made as big of an impact in the game as Shohei? Could you say, that was toward the tail end of Bonds' career, and of course he may have had some help off the field, but from just an impact on baseball, who was the guy when you were pitching?
Yeah, I think for me, it was as a kid, and look, it was tail end of his career while I was kind of coming up and being in the big leagues. But you want to talk about an impact and kind of a culture changer for baseball was Ken Griffey Jr. for me. I mean, we were all kind of grew up in that era where you rooted for the kid and everybody wanted to turn their hat backwards and have that cool swing of Ken Griffey Jr. I've told you guys in the past, that's one of my favorite memories of my career is when I'm standing on the mound at Busch Stadium and you hear, now batting, Ken Griffey Jr. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm smiling ear to ear on the mound. I'm 23 years old. I've got a baby face. I couldn't look less intimidating. And now I got a big smile on my face because Ken Griffey Jr.
You probably thought you were a pure psychopath.
Oh, right. Oh, it's like a Make-A-Wish thing. Look, let him pitch. But it's that's the one that comes to mind. And then the other one again is just as and his playing career was done, but was Bo Jackson, right? You think about guys like Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Brian Jordan, those guys that were able to play multiple sports at the highest level. That's just game-changing talent.
BT, how did you fare versus Ken Griffey in that outing?
Pretty good, actually. That was the first time I faced him, ground ball to second base. I don't remember how many pitches it was. Shockingly, and he was at the end of his career, okay? This wasn't the kid. This was the man, okay? This was the grown man, the hobbled man at the end of it. But I don't think that he ever hit a home run off me. I faced him probably 10 or 11 times, I'm guessing. I'm sure by the end of this, somebody will have the numbers, and they're probably better against me than I think they are.
We won't share them with you if they are.
Go for it. No, that's the thing. You can't lie anymore. People will find out. So we'll get to the bottom of that. But, yeah, the first time I do remember a little ground ball to second base, and I felt like I was on top of the world.
BT, that reminds me of when I was with the Falcons. We went and played Seattle, and my friend was a cornerback, and he was so excited because he got to guard Jerry Rice at 42 years old. And it was not the same Jerry in Seattle, obviously, as it was in San Francisco. But nonetheless, he shut Jerry down, and damn it, that's all. That's the end of the story. Nobody needs to know anything else.
Wait, though, because I know this story.
The DNA test is the same. The DNA test is the same man.
It's the same man.
Dude.
He called his dad, though.
So my friend called his dad after the game and was like, Dad, I shut Jerry down. And you can't believe it. He say, son, he's 42 years old. Nobody gives a damn. They don't give a damn. That ain't Jerry.
That's not
Jerry. Needs to retire.
That's tough love at home right there.
It is. That's what gets you to where you need to be. BT, you were talking
need that, a little humble pie.
You definitely do. You were talking about baseball being an individual sport, and obviously the hitting part of it is individual, but also the pitching part. And I just gotta know how is Miles Mikolas, what is the thought process for him right now, going through some of the struggles. Again, struggled last night, 3 innings pitched, gave up 3 home runs, 7 hits allowed. What do you think he's feeling in this moment as he's been kind of struggling through this season on and off throughout the entire year?
Look, internally, he's human, right? So I'm sure he's feeling all of the emotions that we all feel when we struggle, whether it's struggling at home or struggling with a job, whatever it is. I'm sure he's feeling frustration. I'm sure he's feeling doubt. I'm sure he's feeling uncertainty, especially when you look at this being the last year of his contract and him still wanting to play the game of baseball. I will say this, though. I truly appreciate the way that he has handled this. He is accountable. He works hard, and while the results haven't been there, and I get it, like you can yell all you want about it. He's making $18 million. He's overpaid. Shouldn't have got the contract. Whatever. I'm not going to fight you, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about whoever's texting or whoever's listening in. I get it. The money's the money. You get paid to do a job, but part of that job, too, is being a professional and showing the young guys the way to go about it. And he talked about it last night. He goes, hey, I'm going to be here at the ballpark today. I'm going to get my workout in. I'm going to do all these things the right way, and I'm going to continue to grind and continue to believe that the rest of this season is going to turn out better. Will it? I hope so. I don't know what that looks like. Miles wants to continue to play. I think it's encouraging for him, for a guy that wants to keep playing. He's, 37 years old, that he's running it up there right now at 95, 96 miles an hour while the results still aren't what you want. There's still some gas left in the tank. But I guarantee it's like anybody near the later end of their career, there's always those waves of emotions, right? And are you able to dial in? Are you able to do all the work? Because that's when you know you're done, right? And you guys know this. You know you're done playing when you're done doing the work. Like, you just don't want to put in all of that effort anymore. He is certainly not at that point.
Brad Thompson joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What have you thought thus far for Michael McGreevy? He bounced back in his last start against the Padres, which I thought was impressive because less than a week before that, the Padres kind of took it to him, and they jumped on him early. But what are you seeing as a former pitcher with Michael McGreevy? And, of course, we're looking forward to 2026 and whether or not he's going to secure a rotation spot.
Yeah, what I like, Anthony, is that he continues to evolve. And you're right. 2 starts ago, they jumped him. He didn't get through 5. I think it was like 9 hits, gave up 6 or 7 runs. Like, that wasn't exactly where he wanted to be in that one. Last time out, I thought he made some good pitches. You know how hard that is in back-to-back starts to face the same offense that you just faced.
I do, BT, but others don't.
Right, no, I know, and that's why I said you, Anthony. You know how difficult that is. Yeah. And look, I thought he mixed up his pitches well. I thought he didn't fall into any habits. He didn't make a lot of mistakes that he made in the time prior, and that's going to be the key for him in the evolution of Michael McGreevy is, can you continue to make adjustments? Can you keep pitching backwards? Can you continue to be aggressive but be aggressive with quality stuff, right? You can't just pour strike one down the middle. Guys will jump on you. And the more times you go out there, the more data, the more information, the more video, the more comfortable the opposition gets with you. And then what changes can you make along the way when you see what an offense is trying to do to you, right? And when you see, it was funny, his last start, and I forget exactly who they panned to of the Padres on the bench, but directly behind him was a computer screen. It had McGreevy's face on it. It had all the stats, and it had hot zones. Like these guys, there's no mystery that goes into an at bat now, right?
Right.
So, like every single at bat, every single time somebody's dialed in, somebody's got so much information. And it just comes down to how much you can execute. Because even if you got a great game plan, sometimes as a hitter, if a pitcher executes his pitch, then oftentimes you're going to be out. But I can't wait to see what that looks like down the stretch for McGreevy. And absolutely, he should be in the mix to earn a starting job. And I think that it still should be an earn a starting job. I hope that there's enough good arms in camp next year for this Cardinal rotation where there is a bit of a fight and a battle. But to this point, I think that Michael McGreevy has kind of done everything that you've wanted him to do.
BT, we didn't get your thoughts on the trade deadline. What did you think of what the Cardinals did at the trade deadline, and did it leave you wanting more?
Well, I think that, first of all, just the trade deadline in general was crazy active. Even though we didn't see as many starting pitchers move as expected, I think it was like the most moves on a deadline day that we've seen in baseball. So I thought that part of it was just kind of fun from an athlete and from a sport fan standpoint. But the Cardinals did what I expected them to do. I didn't think that they were going to move their position players. I didn't really feel like that part of it was going to happen. We all knew about the guys that had no trade clauses in Arenado and Sonny Gray and Miles Mikolas. We all believed that those guys weren't going to move at the deadline. So we'll see, right, when it comes to the return that you got. But the worst thing that you could have done was hang on to 3 contracts that were going to be walking out the door and have nothing in return. Like that, right. That is that's a cardinal sin, right? When you're a team that is right there fighting, but you're not quite in it. Like you got to let some young guys figure it out down the stretch, figure out what you got out of some guys. Maybe they surprise some people. What are they, 6.5 games back of the wild card coming into action today? So, I mean, it's going to be really tough sledding down the stretch, but I'm excited to see what some of the return looks like. You got some high-end pitching. Obviously, you got in the Baez kid, a high-end middle infielder that is 20 years old, so you'll find out. The Blaze kid is knocking on the door of the big league. So, you got some pieces that could potentially help you, but I wasn't surprised. What did you guys think, though? I'm guessing, Carey, the way that you asked that, I'm guessing you wanted a little bit more.
Well, I wanted to have some clarity on who's playing where. Like, who's on first? We know Wilson Contreras is, but who's playing right field? Who's in left field? Who's at third base? I think they still have some of the same issues that they've had in terms of the logjam of players. You don't have enough spots for enough players. So how do you clear that up? I don't know if it happens in the offseason, but I just felt like at some point you have to rectify that situation because you need to know who's in and who's out for 26, 27, and beyond.
No, incredibly valid, right? The way that sets up, and it's kind of been the biggest question mark throughout the entire season, right? Of how do you get these guys the playing time? I do think that is one too with the front office transition from John Mozeliak to Chaim Bloom. I think that is one where unless like at the deadline you guys both of them are in lockstep, or it's like, hey, this is the piece we think that we're going to move. I think that you give that decision when it comes to Carey to the new regime. Right? It's like, hey, this offseason, if Chaim's got an idea of whoever it is, right? If it's Gorman or if whoever that he thinks is the guy or isn't the guy, then you let him and his group kind of run with that. I think that's the way that you look at it. And right now, I'm with you. Like third base, right? It's going to be a platoon with Gorman. He'll face the righties. So JC will oftentimes face the lefties. I think you'll see some of that. Your corner outfield spots, you got more bodies than you end up having playing time for. But at the end of the day, earn it, right? Like, you'll know that's what Burleson was able to do, and I know that his bat hasn't been as hot since the break. I think he's hitting just over 200 since the All-Star break, but he earned a spot, right? That's when you get an opportunity, you got to be able to run with it. Not everything is just going to be handed, so I hope that that's what we see down the stretch. Is, Carey, to your point, is not just clarity because you've been handed at bats, but clarity because you stole away at bats from maybe another guy out there.
BT, last question for me. I got an over-under for you. I was watching the game a couple of nights ago, and Dave Roberts seemed, I'm pretty sure he was asleep. I'm not even going to second-guess that. Over-under 2 innings as the number of innings he was sleeping.
Oh, that is not over. Just in case. Look, sometimes when you have that team, you get to be on autopilot, right? When you got a group like that. That being said, though, offensively, autopilot has not been a thing as of late. I know they had that 12-piece McNugget. No kidding. Yeah, I was looking at the Cardinals' offense, right? Because the numbers have not been great since the beginning of July. They're 30th in offense when it comes to runs per game, 3.48.
Now, how many teams, BT, these days? How many teams in Major League Baseball?
Okay, well, and this is not counting AAA, too. So 30 out of 30, which is not ideal. And you can actually go back a little bit further than July 1st. I just decided not to. Actually, June 11th, they were 30th also. It doesn't matter. But then they bounced up. You know what? It doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. But since July 1st, I was shocked to see that the Dodgers were 27th. Like, you have that group, and then you're not able to generate offense. We all know what the Dodgers' plan is and what the goal is at the end of the year. It's to win another World Series, and they've got the roster to do it. But even the greatest of rosters and the highest of payrolls can go through some rough times. I don't think that's going to help anybody sleep better. I don't think that blowing out somebody else's candle, Anthony, is going to make the Cardinals' offensive candle burn brighter.
Well said.
But what the heck? Give it a whirl, you know?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, losing Max Muncy for a while, that certainly hurt, and now he's hitting at absolute P-Rockets again, so good for them. Real quick, the never-ending wipe from the Snake Pit says that Ken Griffey Jr., BT, was 2 for 9 against you with a double, 2 walks, and an RBI.
Okay, I'll take that.
So not
Famer.
Not great?
Not bad.
Absolutely.
Not bad, BT.
You held him in check, brother.
Absolutely take that.
Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now you can look up Scott Hatterberg's numbers again.
Moneyball himself, huh?
Star Moneyball. God, he was good. Incredibly difficult to play first base, but easy hitting against me.
BT, love you, man. Appreciate you, and we'll talk to you again next Wednesday.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
See ya. That's
BT.
The one and only Brad Thompson here in the Fast Line on 101 at ESPN. 2006 World Series champion, of course. You see him on FanDuel Sports Network. We have a real quick, what's trending next for you on 101 ESPN? It's the out of this world and into your driveway event at Auto Centers Nissan, where deals are seriously not of this planet. They've got over 1,000 vehicles in one massive location right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri. No bouncing between lots, no mystery, just the best selection in the St. Louis area, all in one place. And right now at Auto Centers Nissan, get 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down and no payments for 3 months on 2025 Rogues, Pathfinders, and Muranos, all built in the United States and priced to move with massive dealer discounts. Shopping used cars, you're in the market for a used car, they've got you covered at Auto Centers. 0 down and no payments for 3 months on a huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, every new Nissan comes with their exclusive lifetime warranty and 30-day return promise only at Auto Centers Nissan. These deals won't orbit for long. Get to Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum, Missouri, just minutes from South County, or visit AutoCentersNissan.com today and tell them Stalter sent you.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. It is 0-0 in LA in the top of the third inning. We'll continue giving you updates on today's score between your St. Louis Cardinals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interviews with Illinois football head coach Bret Bielema or our pal Brad Thompson, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have What's Trending coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I saw this on NFL.com as this was posted last night. This sounds like something from Shark Tank. ESPN, a part of the Walt Disney Company and the National Football League, announced a non-binding agreement under which ESPN will acquire NFL Network and certain other media assets owned and controlled by the NFL, including NFL's linear Red Zone channel and NFL Fantasy, in exchange, Sharks, for 10% equity stake in ESPN. In addition to the sale of NFL Network, the NFL and ESPN are also entering into a second non-binding agreement under which the NFL will license to ESPN certain NFL content and other intellectual property to be used by NFL Network and other assets. Gentlemen, this is a pretty big deal. What does this do for not only the NFL, but ESPN?
I think it helps ESPN. I mean, they are the number one network, but just having the NFL, they got the Red Zone, which Anthony loves, his favorite program on all.
I love the Red Zone
on all Sundays. Even the host, he loves him as well. But I think
he seems like a nice guy. I just wish he could not tell me what's about to happen.
Scott Hansen.
Is
his brother Chris?
Chris Hansen, the former kicker for the Lions?
Oh, not that Chris Hansen. We'll talk about it later. But no, I think it's great for the NFL, and I think it's great for ESPN. The NFL does a really good job of finding ways.
Jason Hansen.
That was who you were thinking about.
Yeah.
Finding ways to make money, and this is just another opportunity. But I think it is. I think it's good for the NFL. They and ESPN.
Well, I think it's a good deal for both sides. I think they both are going to get what they want out of it. The NFL wants to reach more fans on more platforms. That's why they're doing it. So they continue to develop core media properties. They got NFL Films. They got NFL Plus. Now they're partners with ESPN. They strengthen the NFL's brand while still controlling key platforms and digital rights. For example, they're retaining NFL Films. They're retaining NFL.com. They're retaining NFL Podcast Network. They're retaining NFL Fast Channel, NFL Plus, and all of the 32-team websites. That's all belonging to the NFL, and they got the digital Red Zone channel. So that's what the NFL is keeping, but ESPN is going to aim to distribute and become more accessible via both cable and direct-to-consumer streaming.
Yeah.
They integrate. Slow down, Stalter. Integrate NFL content into upcoming ESPN DTC platforms. They got production, marketing, tech strengths to evolve the NFL fan experience. So it's like, hey, you do TV pretty well. We have the NFL and we got certain things.
We do ball.
Yeah. Let's get together here, expand our platform, and
come together.
Yep.
Come together. Another part of this, a lot of people like to play fantasy football. Maybe this pertains to those that use ESPN. NFL Fantasy Football would merge with ESPN Fantasy Football, creating the official fantasy season-long game of the NFL. And one of the best in-class digital experience, driving innovation and enabling broader reach to meet global demand.
So I do like NFL.com, their fantasy football. I like it more than ESPN's. I think ESPN's feels kind of childish. I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like cartoonish a little bit.
What does?
ESPN's fantasy football. Like the app.
What?
Yeah, I hate it.
Really?
I love like CBS is really good. I think that
Oh
might
my
be
gosh, CBS is the worst.
No, I love the CBS.
I cannot stand.
Nah.
And we use that for the 101 league, do we not?
No, we use
Yahoo.
ESPN or Yahoo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yahoo
no, Yahoo is the
hate.
worst.
Yeah,
My bad. Yahoo's is the
CBS
worst.
is good.
CBS just took a stray bullet right to
Yeah,
the
I
temple.
did.
My bad,
For
CBS.
no reason.
I'm talking about Yahoo. Yahoo Fantasy Football. Can't stand it.
Got it.
Did you tell the commish so that he can maybe change the format?
He's listening.
You hear that, BK? All right.
No more Yahoo.
So quit asking.
Quit asking.
I don't. Does that apply?
Yes,
No?
yeah.
All right.
Sure. Always applies. You know, there's a story about Nick Saban. This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I'll tell you about
story?
it. Yeah, about Nick Saban. That he told about a player.
Really? What player?
Derrick Henry.
No kidding.
Yep. They call him King Henry. Pretty good player.
So the story must have been something with him at practice at Alabama?
Yep.
Got it.
You heard it?
No, I'll look into it.
Nah, I'll tell you about it later.
All right.
Okay.
And that's what's trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We got 2 sports six-packs coming your way in the 4 o'clock hour. This is interesting. I read an article today at speaking of ESPN, at ESPN, talking about the Mets. And the Mets, of course, they loaded up at the trade deadline. But they loaded up at the trade deadline for relievers. Their starting pitching has been horrendous since early June. Could the Mets debunk the theory that you actually need an ace or a number one to win it all? Talk about it next on 101 ESPN. Jamie and I are often asked individually, like, hey, does mentality actually work? Yes, mentality is fantastic. It really is. You jump on the program. First of all, it's easy, right? You go down to one of their 2 locations, and you tell them that Jamie and Anthony sent you down there. They love hearing that. Their staff is friendly. They're courteous. They're total professionals. You sit down, and you just talk to them about how you're feeling. And if you feel run down, if you feel like you have low energy, if you feel like you lack motivation or even you're moody all the time, but you want to do something about it, go down, talk to their board-certified physicians, tell them how you're feeling. They'll take your blood. They'll do a blood panel. If you are low in testosterone, which is completely normal for guys as we get older, our testosterone levels drop, and while there's certain things that you could do about it, but some work, some don't. Some may work for some people, some may not work for the other people. Mentality works. Bottom line, they're board-certified physicians, run that full physical lab panel at your very first visit. They focus on the free testosterone levels. But here's the most important part. Once you're on their program, you start to feel great again. You get your drive back. You burn off the belly fat because you're going back to the gym consistently. You build strength. You boost your mood. You feel like yourself when you were 10 years younger. And mentality, it's simple. Their treatments, they fit your schedule. Like I said, 2 different locations. So this year, for the rest of the year, stop being somebody that isn't the dad that you want to be, isn't the husband that you want to be, the friend that you want to be. Head down to Mentality or visit mentalityhealth.com/radio right now. Book your appointment. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you and get your life back. It's Mentality. ESPN.com today, and I was reading an article. And by the way, Shohei Ohtani just touched some seats. 2-run homer. Dodgers now up 2-1 on the Cardinals. Cardinals had scored 1 run in the top of the third. They manufactured said run after a couple of misplays by the Dodgers, but they were up 1-0, and that lead has been erased. 2-1 Dodgers in the bottom of the third as the Dodgers and Cardinals play the rubber match at Dodger Stadium. But like I said, I was on ESPN.com, and they put together an article that said, need an ace to win big? Why Mets won't overpay for one. And the article talked about how the Mets starters have largely failed to pitch deep into games over the past 2 months. Only one starter, David Peterson, has completed 6 innings. That was me. That was my.
Was that your stomach?
I ate food. You know how sometimes you eat food and then as you're talking, you haven't cleared the burp?
I thought that was me.
Because we came back on air. That was me.
I thought it was me.
You ever do that?
Yeah, but that's why I look. I'm like,
yeah. No, that was me. I'll just own it.
Yeah.
I'm an alien.
I thought it was me.
Did you guys thought it was Jamie? It was me.
Yeah, okay.
No, you know how we're shoving food in our mouth before we come back?
Trying to hurry up and eat.
Yeah.
You only got 2.5 minutes.
That came out.
All right.
Anyways, let me try again. Only one starter. David Peterson has completed 6 innings in the start in the past month. Injuries to Senga, McGill, Blackburn, Koenig, and others have played a major role in their inconsistency. So what do you do, of course, if you're the Mets? Well, you trade for a bunch of starters, right, Carey?
You should.
They didn't.
No, not a one, huh?
Despite the Mets leading Major League Baseball in ERA through June 7th at 2.84, they have plummeted to 24th since then with a 4.74 ERA. But they decided to prioritize their bullpen. Helsley, Soto, Rogers, and also added center fielder Cedric Mullins. Do you think the Mets can buck the trend or debunk the theory, at least for 1 year, that you need an ace or a number one to win it all?
So I started reading this article, and I thought it was absolutely fascinating. It says the glaring inability for Mets starters to pitch deep into games over the past 2 months. David Peterson is the only one to log at least 6 innings in an outing during that span. 2 months of guys not going 6 innings. Now, Anthony, I do know that they went out and got more relievers. It's probably because the guys they got are dead tired. And yeah, you upgraded. You went out and got some guys that can help you. But I would have to believe that if your starters aren't giving you at least 6 innings in 2 months, only one guy to go 6 innings in 2 months, your bullpen has to be gassed.
Yeah.
Or approaching being gassed. And maybe they have a philosophy. Maybe they'll bring up some of those younger arms because they said they have a couple of standout pitching prospects in AAA. Maybe September call-ups, they're like, hey, all right, we'll add those guys, and that'll give them more relief. But I personally don't think you can go and make a playoff push and make a run throughout the playoffs because I just think guys' bodies get tired. Baseball is a long season. They play a lot of games. And if you're pitching that much and overusing some of those guys, I mean, we saw it here with the Cardinals a couple of years ago where that bullpen was just taxed. So I don't know how well this is going to work for them. It's a project. It's an attempt to see if they can kind of buck the trend, but I guess you won't know until you know. And to find out in the playoffs or in the World Series that your entire bullpen is gassed would be a terrible way to find that out on this project that you're trying out for this season.
So, I mean, two thoughts on this. One, the Royals did do this. The Royals did this. They did it in back-to-back World Series where they built an unbelievable bullpen. And as long as the starters managed things through 6, you weren't going to do much in 7, 8, 9. It was very difficult to beat the Royals in 15 and 16 with their 3 top relievers. So I think the Mets, in some respects, are trying to duplicate that. The other thing is, and Splashback Deuce noted it in the Snake Pit, there's more ways to win. There's more than just one way to win. So if the Mets say, we're going to load up with our pen and have this dynamic offense, we'll overcome maybe some of the starting pitching issues. I still think the straightest line between you as a contender and a World Series championship is starting pitching. But in the playoffs, it's different. Managers, since Tony La Russa and Bruce Bochy accomplished it in 2010 and 2011, they shorten up innings for starters when it comes to the playoffs. They'll say, hey, Give me 3 or 4, and we'll go to our bullpen. We'll play the matchup game.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a Max Scherzer in his prime, that's a little different, right? I mean, the Nationals in 2021, as we know, or I'm sorry, in 2019, as we know, they threw Scherzer, they threw Strasburg, they threw Anibal Sanchez, they threw Patrick Corbin down everybody's throats, and those guys would go 6, 7, 8 innings and dominate. So I guess it's just, what do you have? What do you do well? And what are you willing to pay for? Mm-hmm. And David Stearns, the GM or president of baseball operations for the Mets, they said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to overpay for starting pitching that may not be worth what I'm going to give up.
Right.
And you might not be a 1 or 2, Mackenzie Gore, so I'm not going to do it. I'll go this route instead.
Do you think that do you think it's going to work? I mean, you talked about the Royals in 15 and 16. Do you think it can kind of repeat itself? Because I'm of the same mindset. Like, I think you do have to have a 1 and a 2, a guy that can get you, through 6 and 7 if possible to get to that bullpen. I
think as well too. I agree with that. I think the quickest way is to have that starting pitching.
Right.
Eggplant emoji just cherry-picked me here, but let me bring this up because he's right. Eggplant emoji said, "You're telling me Johnny Cueto in 2015 with his ERA north of 5 wasn't an ace?"
No.
That's a great comment. They did. It's interesting that he brings that up, though, right? And I was joking about him cherry-picking me. That was their big deadline deal, to bring in Johnny Cueto.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets said as much this year as, we're not going to do that.
Right.
We're going to go with a bullpen. I have more faith in guys like Tyler Rogers and Ryan Helsley and who's their Edwin Diaz.
Yes.
Thank you, Edwin Diaz, as opposed to overpaying at the deadline just because this starter is available. It's the Dexter Fowler thing, in my opinion, CD. The Cardinals were like, who's the top available center fielder? Oh, it's Dexter Fowler. Well, we'll give him 5 years. No, he was the top available center fielder that offseason. Doesn't mean he's a great option to be your center fielder. He just was the number 1 option in free agency that year.
It's like a quarterback draft.
Exactly.
It's like a quarterback draft.
Yes.
Like, he's the number 1 option this year. He's the best quarterback in this year, but he ain't the best option.
Right.
Wait a year.
Kenny Pickett, right? No, sorry. But like Kenny Pickett.
Wait a year. Yeah.
That was the number 1 quarterback that year.
Yeah.
Was it? Wait a year, maybe. Anyways, interesting philosophy here for the Mets. I'm interested to see how this plays out, because if they can debunk the theory, like, hey, you absolutely need a number 1 or number 2, and you have to overpay for it because that's what you need at the deadline, they could debunk that by either making a deep run again like they did a year ago or winning it all.
Yeah.
All right, Gauntlet is next. Marsh, do you have somebody loaded up?
We do. We have Thomas, who has been itching to get on the Gauntlet.
All right, so Thomas is going to join us right after you hear, I imagine, Marsh, who worked all segment trying to find that noise I just made. I'm sure that's coming up at some point. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN. Our guy Stewie is waiting for your call right now. Or, heck, you can text him, 314-324-4440. That is his personal cell phone number. I've used that exact number to just simply call and ask Stewie a question, which is all you can do, too. It's, if you want to know if now's a good time to refi, give Stewie a call or a text at that number. You can also Google the bagel loan. Maybe you're looking to do something even more. You're looking to find your dream home, and it's on the market, but you don't know how you're going to make the best offer possible. Again, call Stewie. He can help with that. Anybody dealing with any sort of like scary debt right now, you don't know what to do, you don't have great options, call Stewie. He put something together. I guarantee you he's got a program, and it'll help you through it, and it'll make you feel like you're not the only one facing certain things, facing certain risk or dangers. Stewie's there. He's fantastic. He'll help save you money over the course of your loan. Once you're a client of his, he'll also call you back if the market changes, the rates change, and he'll say, hey, now's the time to jump on it. Once you become a client of his, you're a client forever. He's fantastic. He gives you that old school customer service. He feels like a friend. Give him a call, 314-324-4440, or Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
Warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Morris and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Thomas. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're doing great, man. Great name. My grandfather was Thomas. My middle name is Thomas. So
Yes.
good stuff there, Thomas. You have the entire board, except for Jamie, available. Jamie will be back tomorrow with us, but Marsh, Carey, and me are available. Who would you like to go with?
I think I'll go with you, Stalter.
Son of a...
Anthony.
All right, let's do this. Good luck, Thomas.
All right, Thomas. Anthony is heading to the cone of silence. I'm sure you know how this goes. Tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, Thomas, is there a category that you're hoping for?
I got to go with random.
Random. All right. Well, unfortunately, it's not random. Marshy, you want to let them know?
It's football today.
It is football. Marshy's getting the launch codes. If you answer the question correctly, you get 2 points. You answer it correctly with the options, you get 1 point. And if you answer incorrectly, you get 0 points. Are you ready to roll, Thomas?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Which team finished with the best point differential last season? You there, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Philly.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 2. How many NFL games ended in a tie last season?
Two. Final answer.
Question number 3. Oh, I skipped one. There it is. Only one team won a road playoff game last year. Name that team.
Washington.
Final answer?
Final answer.
And question number 4. Which team scored the fewest points in the playoffs last season? This team only scored 7 points in their playoff loss.
Oh. Let me get the options on this one.
Options are the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, or the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm pretty sure it's Pittsburgh. Oh, wait, no. I'm going to... I'm going to switch that to Minnesota. Pretty sure Darnold choked at the end there.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, we'll get Anthony back in here. How you feeling, Thomas?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Anthony is walking back in, and he's in the cone of silence. Anthony, how was the cone of silence?
Excellent.
Was it silent? Oh, T-Bone.
T-Bone and I were chatting.
You talking about the Mets and their starters?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So would you like baseball today?
Sure.
All right, well, it's football.
Oh, okay.
Tell him, Marcy.
Pack a lunch.
All right.
Which team finished with the best point differential last season?
The best point differential last season. Well, we know it wasn't the Chiefs. It may have been the Eagles, but I don't think it would have been. They played some close games. The team that stands out the most is the Ravens. The Bills could also have put some teams on, or put some points on the board. The Vikings, Marsh's Vikings, had some big games. Going through the divisions right now. I'm between the Vikings and the Ravens. And I'm going to go with the Ravens. Final answer.
Question number 2. How many NFL games ended in a tie last season?
Did any end in a tie? I don't know if any ended in a tie last year. Who would be the two teams that tied? Did the Bengals tie one? No, they didn't tie one. Well, you're going to give me like 0, 1, or 2. I can't remember any ending in a tie. I will go with 0. Final answer.
Name the only team who won a road playoff game last year.
Won a road playoff game?
Mm-hmm.
I think they won 2. Well, that'd be the Washington Commanders. They beat Tampa in Tampa and beat Detroit in Detroit. Final answer. Commanders, final answer.
Sorry, I can't. I literally cannot move on until you say final answer.
That's a rule.
Mm-hmm. Or lock it in. I guess we'll let that one slide too. Question number 4. Which team scored the fewest points in the playoffs last season? This team only scored 7 points in their playoff loss.
Good question, Marsh. 7 points in their playoff loss. Well, we know the Vikings struggled big time in L.A., but did they only score 7 in their playoff loss? Tampa put up points in their loss to Washington. Detroit did the same. The Rams scored plenty against the Eagles in their loss. Go to the AFC. Did the Steelers get trounced? Who did the Steelers play, guys? Oh, no. Was it the Broncos who scored 7 like right away and that was it? Against the Bills? I think it was the Broncos. I'll go Broncos. Final answer.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go. Gauntlet.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's go to question number 3 to start off. Only one team won a road playoff game last year. Name that team. Anthony, you took the Washington Commanders. Thomas, you also took the Washington Commanders. Correct answer is...
It is those Washington Commanders.
You got a 2-2 tie. Let's go to question number 2. How many NFL games ended in a tie last season? Thomas, without the options, you said 2. Anthony, without the options, you said 0. Correct answer is
it's 0.
Nice.
Anthony is up 4-2. 2 points. You're up. Let's go to question number 1. Which team finished with the best point differential last season? Thomas, without the options, you said Philly. Anthony, without the options, you said Baltimore. Would you like to know the options?
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs?
No.
Philadelphia Eagles?
Maybe.
Detroit Lions?
All right. I got a chance.
Correct answer is
it's the Detroit Lions.
the Detroit Lions. We go to this final question. Which team scored the fewest points in the playoffs last season? This team only scored 7 in their playoff loss. Thomas, you said the Minnesota Vikings. You thought the Steelers? You said, nah, the Vikings. Anthony, you thought the Steelers. You thought the Vikings. You landed on the Broncos. This is the Broncos. Anthony wins 6-2. It's the Vikings. Well, we'll see. Thomas.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today. It was the Denver Broncos. Anthony got you 6-2 today.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah, you too, Thomas. Good work there, man. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Take care.
Good job, Thomas.
All right, that was Thomas here.
Here we go, Steelers.
Here we go. Yeah, Thomas.
Steelers fan. There you go, CD.
Yeah, he knows ball.
I was really leaning Steelers.
Yeah.
But they must have scored. Who'd they play? They played Ravens?
Who did Pittsburgh play? Hell if I know. We didn't win. I don't recall. I don't remember. So my brain is like a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's over,
it's over.
It kind of deletes itself.
Yeah.
So I can add new information. I'm kind of the same way with names. If I don't see you for a number of years, it's gone.
Sure.
And I have no clue sometimes.
You just erase the memory.
I gotta clean. Yeah, I gotta clean it out, man.
You gotta clean your ears.
That too. Yep.
All right. So now this is bothering me. I think that did the Steelers play the Ravens, Marsh?
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Did they play the Ravens?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the score?
Probably
you're good with this.
31-14.
No.
That kind of sounds right.
Yeah. What do you guys know?
Well,
a lot. We can take a look. See. No, you know more than me because I would have had no clue.
I believe they played the Ravens.
28-14.
That was close.
Oh wow, Marshy. Well done.
It was close.
Well done, 28-14. Do you remember that Broncos-Bills game?
Yeah.
Where Bo Nix
scored early.
Yeah, he threw one, I think, to Cortland Sutton, 60-some-odd yards to open it up.
This is going to be a game.
Denver's going to be a game.
They were in all orange, right? Oh, no, all white.
Yes.
They're all white jerseys.
They're all whites.
Then it was over.
Yeah. Okay. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We got a pair of sports six-packs coming up here for you. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. Part 1 of the sports six-packs. You got a question for us, whether it's sports related or not, feel free to send that in. Again, 314-399-9646. We'll have part 1 of the six-pack next.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time for the Sports Six-Pack. Question 1, please, Marsh.
Question number 1.
All right, we get a question from the 618. Not that anyone would ever do this, and we all respect the sanctity of the Gauntlet. Should there ever be a suspected cheater, how does the show deal with such a lowlife?
Wow, great question. You know what's fun? Now we don't do anything, right? Like we don't see them. We're on camera, so you could tell if we're
Sometimes we know.
cheating.
I don't know.
We have suspected listeners before. Certain listeners sometimes will say things like they'll repeat the question and then flat out tell you they've never watched a certain show. Then all of a sudden they'll just say Jason Bateman. But there's nothing we can do.
Or you'll hear something like this as you're listening or asking the question. Houston Astros.
Gator.
The score was 42-17 back in 2014.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch football at all. Score 17-12. Historically, 17-12.
Safety.
Yeah. Gator says, remember the one dude with his keyboard clacking away? The fun thing is listeners usually, whether it's the text line or the snake pit or the snake pit, will hammer those people. That's all we can do.
There's nothing we can do. I mean, we are, we are fair here. We want to have fun with good, clean competition. We're giving our best. I know sometimes people think we know the answer. We have no clue.
No.
Like, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Anthony said India, for God's sake.
Yeah, it was in Africa. Yeah. I said,
he
clearly threw that one.
Yeah. No. I've said some things on here. I'm like, oh, that was a dumbass answer.
Yeah.
And it feels bad.
Yammer Yager. 3,000 games.
How many years did he play, Anthony?
He's still playing.
He is still playing, actually.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
We've all had our 3,000 moments, though.
I had one. I don't remember what it was. It was Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because you all gave me the answer.
Yep.
It was like 200,000. It was something.
It was in the answer.
It was in the answer, and I was like, it was 100,000 passing yards.
The tiebreaker. And
I had no clue. I don't know how many yards it was. That sounds like a lot, too.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, well.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's what Master Sin says.
Yep. Okay. Very true.
Question number 2.
Not saying that Thomas was doing that, but
no.
No, we don't think Thomas was cheating.
No.
Not. What were we talking about? Thomas Brady?
I don't know. I was in the snake pit.
Are we talking about Thomas Brady?
Thomas Brady. He told the line.
Thomas Brady.
Yeah. But not Thomas, the last Gauntlet contestant.
This one comes from Curb Stomp. Why have batting averages dropped, and why is 250 to 260 considered good now?
Go ahead, Carey. This is your question.
Because nobody gives a damn about hitting the ball. Bat hit ball, ball hit hard. That's all that matters in baseball. That's all that should matter.
They care, but they want to hit it out of the park. Let's be fair.
It's ridiculous.
Let's be fair about it, Carey. Okay? They care about hitting. They just want to hit it out of the park.
Why don't they put a premium on guys that hit? You know why? Because the players don't put a premium on it anymore. They care about, exactly. You get paid for hitting 40, 50 bombs. You don't get paid for hitting 25, 35, 40 doubles. Nobody gives a hoot.
Yeah.
Will you help your team win games? Sure. Will you win championships? Maybe. Will you get paid $300, $400, $500 million? Nope. So therefore, the players don't give a damn, so they don't try to do it, and nobody cares. which I think is a terrible idea.
If you want to, if you're frustrated at all with today's game of baseball, blame the front offices. They put a premium on spreadsheets and what a player looks like in the aggregate, whatever the hell that means, and they have paid players for things like strikeouts and home runs. So that's why.
Question number 3.
This one comes from MD 2020. If you all didn't have to watch games for your job, like most of us, would you tune in regularly to Cardinal games? I used to have the game on all the time. Now I couldn't tell you what time the game starts.
If I'm being completely honest, if I didn't have this job, I would not know what the hell the Cardinals were doing after July 4th, July 10th. This year.
Yeah, this year, right.
Yeah.
Or in years past, like, I don't know, 2023.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you flat out, no.
Nothing about it makes you want to. I mean, I do want to see, again, certain players play well. I get excited about what. I mean, Matthew Liberatore he's pitching pretty well today. It's not great. He gave up a shot to one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but he's pitching pretty well. Still in the game, 5th inning. Like Mason Wynn has been fun to watch. Jordan Walker, I'm waiting to see if he's able to get over that hump and play at the level that they've told us he would. You know, Von Herrera is fun to watch.
But you're still doing the radio thing, and I get it. That's why I recognize it. You're telling us storylines because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
We have to find the storylines within the games. And look, I'm grateful. I really am. I'm grateful to be able to watch sports and have to come up with topics and things like that, even in downtimes like this. But to answer your question directly, MD 2020, no, I would not be tuned into Cardinals games. They have become, unfortunately, and this is part of the frustration, they become boring as hell. Unfortunately.
It's a gift and a curse, right, Anthony, this position that we're in? The gift is that we get to have fun and talk about sports. The curse is that we have to watch the games and talk about sports.
Yeah. It would be more fun.
That are not fun to watch.
Right.
The Blues were fun last year.
Yeah.
Down the stretch.
They gave you something to watch for 82-plus games.
You got extremely excited at some point, like, damn, these guys might do something here. And then they made it to the playoffs, and it didn't finish the way you wanted it to. You lost that game, and it was heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. But it gave you a reason to come back.
And it gave you hope. This team does not give me that at all.
This is like watching the last few episodes in the last season of Lost.
No doubt. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Let's wrap this thing up, baby.
Let's wrap this up in a nice... Oh, you're not going to wrap it up in a nice... Okay. You know what? Creators of Lost and the writers specifically, go slaying yourselves.
Please. Yeah.
Eggplant emoji.
I want to watch them at all.
Eggplant emoji. I feel like this is a shot. Maybe because it's a personal thing. Like Eggplant emoji says, you're going to talk bad about my Cardinals. Well, I'll get you right now. They say watching, but the Falcons shakes and Chippewas. He says shakes. But the Falcons shakes and Chippewas are so entertaining, right, Anthony?
Who are the Shakes? Is that a minor league team?
It's the San Jose Shakes.
It's the
Earthquakes?
Minor league
Shakes.
team.
Oh, the Sharks.
Yeah, he says shark. He meant Sharks. But here's the thing, Eggplant emoji. You're not being forced to watch those teams. And I have never said, and I mean once, that the Falcons are Chippewas. Well, I've said Chippewas.
You have tried. You've been leaning on this Maction for the last
Maction on Tuesday nights. And here's the thing, guys. If you watch Maction,
I tell you what,
you either know or you don't.
I'm gonna watch. Are the Chippewas on a? I mean, all of them play on Maction at some point.
Damn right.
I'm gonna watch a Chippewa game this year.
Are you?
I will watch when they play on a Tuesday night. I will watch.
Let me know what you think.
And if it is,
great.
If it's great, I'll let you know.
Okay, good.
If it's lackluster or
you'll never know that he watched it.
He's gonna watch it.
I'll tell him.
Yeah,
like you made me watch that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make you. You're saying you will.
No. You bullied me just like you all are bullying me.
I'm promoting
you all are bullying me into watching Reacher that I haven't watched yet.
You'll
Every time
love it.
I come in the
That's
office,
a bunch of BS.
You tell me you ain't watched it yet. The fast lane are you doing? That's Marshy saying that too, and that's not even his character.
MO,
or demeanor.
yeah.
He's serious.
That's how
about
passionate
this.
I am about Reacher. It's a great TV show.
He's been serious.
But anyways, yeah, we'd love to have you from action. And eggplant emoji. I hope you weren't taking the Cardinal thing personally. I really don't. I was just answering the question. We don't have to do this whole thing where we like start taking shots at each other because we're personally upset. And I love the shakes. I'll watch them anytime. As soon as I know what they are.
Right on.
Question 3, please.
I thought that was question 3.
That was question 3.
We'll come back with question 4 here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Fellas, whatever the occasion, you need to get into Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct is the place to be. Incredible diamonds straight from the source. And the price? Well, you're going to get way more bang for your buck over at Diamonds Direct. That was absolutely the case the first time I went into Diamonds Direct. It's the case every time I've been into Diamonds Direct. If you've never been in before, the place itself is beautiful. I'm talking clean, modern, bright, everything sparkles, not just the jewelry. The staff, they listen, they're attentive, they're awesome to work with. Veronica has taken care of me for years. My wife loves it when I go talk to Veronica. Always has great ideas for me. Evan, the manager, is awesome. The whole crew over at Diamonds Direct, I'm telling you, guys, maybe you've been to a jewelry store before, you didn't feel comfortable. You are going to love this place. It's different than anywhere I've ever been. And right now, they got a pretty amazing deal going on. If you buy an engagement ring, you get the wedding band for free. Check them out. It's Diamonds Direct. Go to diamondsdirect.com and get into that showroom at Olive and 270 at City Place. It's Diamonds Direct.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. After 5 innings, the Dodgers lead the Cardinals by a score of 3-1. We'll keep you updated on that game throughout the remainder of the show. But coming up next, we have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack. So get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Six-Pack is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
I have a question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Time for part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Marshy, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, from the 910, which bad team would you watch? The Cardinals, the Blues, or the worst 3-season stretch in NFL history, Rams?
Rams.
Because it's shorter.
And I get to watch other teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I guess you get to watch other teams, but it is shorter.
It's just shorter.
Like, if I'm going to watch bad ball, don't make me watch it for 162 games.
Yeah.
Don't make me watch for 82 games. 16, 17 games, done with it.
Right.
I don't have to watch it every day.
No.
Like, pretty much, like, we got to watch we watch Cardinal baseball 5 to 6 days a week.
Yep.
And Blues hockey, it'd be 3 to 4 days a week. If that's a bad team, that is brutal, brother.
We've been there.
But
We've been there for all.
You watch a football game once a week and it's over. Get on with your
Timed.
week.
You know, like
in and out.
Last night's game, you're like, holy, can we just... yeah.
Oh, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Time to go to bed.
Sometimes
it's the third inning.
Sometimes it is time to go to bed.
Yep. No matter what, it sucks. You're watching a team that you want to win and do well. That is not good and is in a bad stretch. It's not going to be good. So you might as well take, like CD said, once a week for 16, 17, 18 weeks and be done with it.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm depressed.
You didn't
like
depressed.
You didn't like watching the old Rams?
There were some okay times. Like, there were some times earlier in the year where you thought, oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're
I see it.
Playoff team.
I was still holding out hope that they would stay in St. Louis.
Yeah, well, yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, like when Jared Cook went off that game, you thought, this team's going to
This is the year.
This is enough.
This is the year.
Stan Kroenke to keep this team in St. Louis.
When they drafted Todd Gurley, you and I, we were like, that was a draft, Anthony.
TG, here we go.
How excited were we?
Very.
Little did we know that they were planning to move.
Going to see him play. But, you know.
I saw him for 1 year.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Okay.
Now you're depressed.
Question number 5.
Yeah, I am.
Let's move on,
please,
before Anthony starts crying.
Yep.
From the 618, do you guys think that Hein Bloom was sold on this plan or lack of plan? Or do you think he's sitting there like, what the hell did I walk into?
Oh.
No, I think he knew what he was getting into. I think he was probably asked to do the same thing here as he did in Boston. And if you want to be a president of baseball operation, there's only 30 teams. This is probably his last shot to be a president of a team. Might as well be with a historic organization, but I'm sure he knew what he walked into. Not that he was underselling the job that he needed to do, but I'm sure he was well aware of what was going on.
Do you think it was one of those situations where you get a job and you don't know how bad it is until you actually get in that seat and you're like, oh,
probably
crap. Like they tell you, oh yeah, we're working on this and we got this, and then you finally sit down for your first day. You get cozy, and then they plop the old pamphlet and the information on your desk, and you're like, what's this? You start fingering and thumbing through it.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, fingering through it, thumbing through it.
Yeah.
And you're looking at all these deficiencies in certain areas, and you're like, man, they didn't tell me that when I was going through the process.
This is way worse than what I thought.
You told me it was bad.
Yeah.
And tell me this bad.
I will say this, though, CD. Here's what I hope. Even if Bloom said, man, this is a lot worse than I thought, I hope the next step is, I'm going to get this straightened out. As opposed to doing like the Bobby Petrino thing where you're like, this isn't what I signed up for. I'm going to leave.
You think Bobby sounded like that when he did that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This when he's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I heard stories. Like, he just came in and said, I'm out.
He didn't even tell him.
Yeah, just left.
The one-page note. Yeah. It said, thank you for all you did. I'm out. It was a Monday night. They're playing like a Monday night football game. Yeah. All the players came in and they just had a note.
He had stuff to do, Anthony.
Soft Irish goodbye.
Go to Arkansas. That same night he was doing the Arkansas chant. A couple months later, he's falling off motorcycles.
That didn't work out well.
No, sir.
I thought the motorcycle came first.
Oh, no. He was in Arkansas. Yeah.
Man.
He was in Arkansas when he did that.
It's almost worse than moving your NFL team in the middle of the night.
Ooh, Art Modell, everybody.
It's incredible that happened.
Just semis parked, ready to go.
Gotta go. Nobody saw it. Huh?
It's snowing.
Nobody knew. Nobody could tell that. Why are all these trucks at the facility?
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Yep. Art Modell, everybody. For those that don't know, Art Modell was the Baltimore Ravens owner, longtime owner. He was the Cleveland Browns owner until he decided to take a bunch of semi-trucks, pack everything up, and move the team to Baltimore, literally in the middle of the night. By the way, 3-2 Cardinals. I'm sorry, 3-2 Dodgers as the Cardinals cut into the deficit.
Question number 6.
The eggplant emoji goes, don't forget the guest he had on the motorcycle. Yeah, he was apparently with somebody maybe he wasn't supposed to be with.
Yeah.
So it's not his wife.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He was an instructor or something.
Maybe he was a HR rep.
Yeah, he was showing. He was a motorcycle instructor.
Oh, he was teaching her.
Yeah, that's what I'd have said.
Hey, so I was
teach how to ride motorcycles in my spare time.
I like to give back.
Yeah. I was out of town when this happened. Did you guys ever bring up the Coldplay concert thing?
Nope. No, and we won't.
No.
Not on these airwaves.
Yeah.
I don't know anything
I heard
about
they
it.
throw good concerts.
Yeah. Coldplay.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any Coldplay songs. You guys?
No.
There you go.
Not really Anthony's type of music.
No, it's not.
What did they
do?
What genre are they?
Light.
Light.
What did they do? A Super Bowl halftime show? Did they? I can't remember.
I don't know.
They maybe. I don't watch Super Bowl halftime shows. This is my time.
That was a terrible question.
Yeah, to go to the bathroom and fuel up. Walrus King says Yellow. Maybe Yellow is a jam by them. Which honestly, that kind of fits.
Yeah, it was all yellow.
Yeah.
All yellow.
Yeah, that's the music. That's the genre. It's light.
Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50.
Super Bowl 50.
They joined Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
That was in San Francisco.
That was in San Francisco.
That was one.
Santa Clara.
Was that in 2019?
2016. That was Broncos and Panthers.
We just talked about that Super Bowl yesterday.
And guess what the Super Bowl is this year?
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
San Francisco of California.
Who do you hope performs this year at Super Bowl, whatever it is now? Forgot what number they're on.
Anthony doesn't care.
I think it's 60, actually. Is it Super Bowl 60?
Anthony doesn't care. I might be there for this year's Super Bowl, actually.
What?
Yeah.
You bringing us, kid?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, sir.
Interesting.
All right.
Pull some strings.
Yeah, who would be a good group?
I don't know. It doesn't have to be a group.
Or you know what I mean, a musical performer.
SZA.
She just performed.
She just performed.
Do it again.
What if Miley Cyrus was
I don't think Miley is. Does Miley have any jams right now?
Are you serious?
Like right now, new jams.
Did Usher have any new jams when he did the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
No one likes to hear new jams. They want to hear all the
Play the
hits.
oldies.
Play the hits. Play the bangers.
Does Miley Cyrus have enough? Like Super Bowl feels like what about,
Miley Cyrus
his favorite artist,
is
Beyonce.
a big. She's a big name.
What if we got Rage
Taylor
Against
Swift.
the Machine back together, and then they played the Super Bowl?
I don't know any of their songs either.
That one disappoints me. Like, some of the times, Carey, we have this back and forth with music, and I'm like, hey, listen, I get it. You don't listen to that. But Rage Against the Machine?
I don't know it.
Let's get those guys back together.
If you play a song
and
on
rocking out.
I might know it.
I did. I played 3 or 4 of their top hits. You didn't know any of them.
Black Sabbath.
No.
I don't know any of those guys.
Let's not go down the Black Sabbath route again, okay?
I don't know them.
People get upset with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry that they feel that way.
Oh, we have a lot of people saying Metallica should because they're from the area.
Oh, yeah, they are. San Francisco Bay Area band. You a Metallica fan?
Sure. What's one of their songs?
For Whom the Bell Tolls?
Yeah. I know.
Enter Sandman?
I do know that
Great one.
I mean, they got a bunch, man. Load, Reload. Actually, those are the albums.
Know that.
Yeah, Enter
About
Sandman.
Sticks. I knew that.
Now you're going.
314.
Nobody else can tell you what other song they play, though. That's the problem.
At all. Don't need another one.
We get a great text message from the 314. Great recommendation here. Give me The Killers and Mr. Brightside. Anthony will be in hell.
That's a person that doesn't like me. I get it. That's the song they're going to play if I ever wind up in hell. It's going to be on repeat.
You're going to have Too Short and E40 at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. You say, what's my favorite word? And the whole crowd is going to say, yeah.
I don't know.
Bay Area.
You're going to say, go Cardinals.
That's right. Zoosh says a hologram of Ozzy. That'd be good. They did that with Prince, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the hologram stuff.
No regrets gets it. Football players don't listen to rock.
All right, I think we're on question 6.
Yeah, let's do question 6.
Question number 6.
Learning a lot about football players.
From the 239, what disappoints you the most about the 2025 Cardinals?
May.
The entire month of May?
Well, maybe not May. June. Because May was awesome. Remember May?
Yeah.
We were jacked out of our minds.
No. Not we. We all didn't get on the roller coaster. One of us sat on the bench and watched you fellas go up and be high and scream, yeah! I was like, hey, you guys are going to come down at some point. You're dumb. You're sitting this one out. I'm like, nah, just pay attention.
Carey's like, oh, I see that part of the coaster actually isn't attached. And it looked like you guys are going up and down. It looked like it came off the tracks for a second.
Yeah.
Did. Skipped off the tracks.
MD 2020 goes, if I may, everything. Related to that question, yeah. Boy, these questions have been mostly depressing. But we do appreciate them.
Yeah. We had a text from Chuck, who is our Beat the Street contestant. You guys are just okay when you're talking about sports. You guys are pretty bad and awful when you're talking about music.
Wow.
What do you mean?
It's probably because we bring up...
That was a definite crap sandwich. That wasn't even... There was no attempt to make us feel good.
If you don't like Rage Against the Machine, Chuck, then you can fast lane yourself. All right?
They were just okay talking sports, though.
Is he wrong? I think not.
Appreciate you, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
Thanks for listening.
Yep. We will talk to Chuck because Donovan got a hit, so, we'll have to talk. You know what? Nobody's safe, bottom line. All right. Why don't we play Prove Me Wrong? What kind of mood are you in right now, Marsh?
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
Time for Prove Me Wrong here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Air Comfort Service tax line 314-399-9646. This is where you can send in a statement that you want Carey or I to have to prove wrong. And it's going to have to be in front of the judge, Andrew Marsh, and he'll let us know whether or not we get the ding or the buzzer. Judge?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic,
Good,
Anthony.
Good. I believe my co-counsel and I are ready.
All right, well, let's start it off with the 636. Prove me wrong. Mike Trout would be more successful and healthier on a better team because he feels solely responsible to help the Angels succeed and pushes himself too hard, which ends up getting him hurt.
Mike Trout is an athlete, one of the best athletes that we have seen play the game of baseball. He's also competitive AF. This is somebody that would probably play hard, whether he is in LA with the Angels, LA with the Dodgers. If he were a Yankee, he'd always play hard. So the injuries and things like that, if you're an injury-prone player, you typically are an injury-prone player throughout your career. So Mike Trout, I don't think would be any healthier. He'd certainly be more successful, but I don't think he'd be any healthier just because he's wearing the Dodgers uniform or the Yankees uniform or whoever. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. From a 239, prove me wrong. John Mozeliak has set this organization back at least 4 years after he leaves.
That's nonsense. 4 years. They are already planning for those 4 years now. They're planning for the future. What John Mozeliak did at the trade deadline is made your Cardinals team better. He got prospects, and he told you this is the first time in my memory that I can say John Mozeliak gave me a plan. Now, you may not agree with said plan, but damn it, there is a plan in place. And what he did was handed over the keys to that beautiful vehicle to Chaim Bloom and said, Chaim, don't wreck it. You know, I've kept this thing pristine for all these years, and I've done a great job. As great a job as I could based on the energy that was given to me from above, the rules that were placed upon me. I can only do so much, but this vehicle is in great shape. Now all you need to do is put some new tires on it, wax it up. The engine's good. The body, maybe a dent or two here, but the interior of this vehicle, the framework, it's all solid. All you got to do is put it on the road, take it out for a spin. You'll be having them come and watch, seeing how you're riding down the highway in the fast lane.
I just can't. You said so many things there that I just don't agree with. One, this front office is so risk adverse. They'd be in the far right-hand lane, driving 5 miles per hour under the speed limit.
So I said he had the vehicle. The car was in good shape.
It's not,
Engine's
though.
good. You need new tires.
What kind of car is it?
I don't know.
Would it have been better had CD gone 4 years? His front office set him back 10 years, Judge.
No, because I don't think 10 years is what it will be.
Yeah.
No.
7.
Seven's a number.
Seven's a number. I would, honestly, if you would have said, you know what, Judge? No. I think he already has set this team back. He doesn't need to leave for then the team to be set back. He's already set them back 4 years.
No, he was
starting in 2023.
He's trying to
maybe even before that.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Give it positive.
You got
the keys to the vehicle.
Yeah.
Drive safe, you know?
They will.
Get you some new tires.
For sure.
All right, let's do one more here. I'm interested to see who takes this one. From a 618, prove me wrong. This is a make or break season for Caleb Williams as a sophomore in the NFL. If he can't get it done this year, there are no more excuses. Winning the division is an absolute must.
What? I mean, come on. He's a second-year quarterback, second offensive coordinator, second head coach. Like, this young man is still learning the ropes of the NFL. You're not really a pro until you're 3 or 4 years in. Yeah, you are a pro by, standards in terms of how many years you've been in the league, but you're not really a pro until you've had a couple of years, 3 under your belt. And so here's a young man. I don't know what it's going to look like. Win the division? Did the Lions leave? Did the Packers step away? Are the Vikings no longer in the division? I don't know.
Double-digit win Vikings from a year ago.
Exactly. I don't know that you can give that much pressure to a Caleb Williams now. And he's got 3 more years on his contract after this one. They're going to pick up the 5th-year option because why the hell wouldn't they? He's got time. Just need him to settle down. He's got a head coach that is an adult, that knows what he's doing, great play caller. He'll figure it out.
Now, I don't think Caleb Williams is a good quarterback.
Might not be.
However,
a little early.
The expectations to have the Bears of all teams win the division is funny to me. So I just don't see that happening.
Do people actually think and I've no offense to this texter, but do people actually think there's no excuse? Caleb Williams got to play great and the Bears got to win the division.
I think they put that pressure on him because of Ben Johnson. Because you saw what Ben Johnson did, taking the Detroit Lions of all teams, as far as he was able to take them in terms of play calling. I think people think it just transfers over, like Jared Goff and Caleb Williams have the same brain, and they're just going to come together.
Wow.
And the Bears are going to be.
He actually did it. Wow.
The Bears are going to be, like the Lions last year, which is ridiculous.
No, I could be wrong. I'm not being facetious here. I could be wrong. But didn't Jared Goff and the Lions start off 0-8 under Ben Johnson?
Yeah, they were not good, Anthony.
Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, they were 0-8.
It took a while.
Yeah.
Took a while.
So let's just bump the brakes a little bit, all right?
And it's been a while since the Bears have actually been relevant.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Mitch Trubisky was their quarterback.
Old Mitchie football.
And then they missed a field goal.
Cody
Parkey playoff game.
And as somebody pointed out in the Snake Pit yesterday, Cody Parkey, another one of those guys where you only think about the miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was that the double doink?
That was the double doink.
And then he went on
against
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Correct, Judge. Yes. All right. It's Fast 9 on 101 ESPN. Marshy dug out some audio and then posed the question, is this being the audio, the real reason why some fans are completely turned off by analytics? We're going to wind Carey up and let him go next on 101 ESPN. 5. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So, Marshy found a fantastic piece of audio from Yankees beat writer Eric Boland on the issues starting in the minors for the Yankees, and this audio is courtesy of Foul Territory. This isn't just a Yankee-centric segment, though. And if my father, who's a diehard Yankees fan, is listening, this will piss him off. But if you're and stuff that he's probably already said, watching his beloved Yankees. But if you're a Cardinals fan, I know you have also uttered something similar. If you don't like analytics, Carey Davis, this will rev you up. So here's Eric Boland on the issues starting in the minors for the Yankees on Foul Territory.
Bottom line on this is the Yankees have been a poor fundamental team for a number of years now. And this is an organizational problem. It's not an Aaron Boone problem. And I've talked to scouts that are assigned to the Yankees minor league system for years about this. And they've talked about how from the bottom levels all the way up through AAA, fundamentals are not stressed. It's all about exit velocity, spin rate, drive line, all of the things that have become a big part of the sport in the last decade. And there's a place for all of that. But what you're seeing is there's not an emphasis on actually playing the game well, playing the game instinctually. And you can't measure that stuff, but you know it when you see it or when you don't see it. And I still remember when Didi Gregorius, a player you guys are very familiar with, when he rehabbed for a couple of weeks back in 2019 in the minor leagues, coming back for an injury, and he came back to the big league clubhouse and told several of his teammates, quote, "You wouldn't believe some of the going on in our minor leagues." And he was talking about what I'm talking about, where all of the emphasis was on, again, exit velocity, hitting home runs, spin rate for pitchers, et cetera. And there wasn't a lot getting done in terms of making sure that guys actually play the game in a competent way.
That's just the Yankees. You can apply that to a lot of teams in Major League Baseball, I'm sure. The most fascinating part is the part about Didi Gregorius saying you wouldn't believe the blank that's going on in our minor leagues. Carey, as somebody that has often preached about just hit the damn baseball and not worry about launch angles and things like that, you have got to either love what you just heard or it's just confirming some of the things that make you angry.
It's sickening. Like, it is. Hey, why people don't want to watch baseball. You're going to hit home run or strike out. Who the hell wants to watch that for 2.5, 3.5 hours? Like, who wants to see? Like, Brendan Donovan laid down a bunt. Jordan Walker scored from like that. To me, that's baseball. Finding ways to score, finding ways to win games. And then you also have, athleticism that is shown off by guys like Mason Wynn or guys that can do things that other people can't do. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the reasons why people. And then on top of that, you have guys that can hit home runs and drive the ball in the gaps. Like, all of those things are part of baseball. But when you're telling a guy that probably has no business swinging as hard as he is trying to drive the ball into outfield and trying to hit home runs, that's what you need to do, when he should be hitting the ball on the ground or hitting the ball in the gaps, you're doing a disservice for the game. You're doing a disservice for that player. And it is boring to watch. It is not fun. So, yeah, some people are supposed to hit 40 home runs. Some people are supposed to hit 40 doubles or drive the ball the opposite way and get on base and steal a base and then manufacture a way to get home because you bunted them over the third with less than 2 outs. Like, all of those things play in baseball. It's just it's not surprising, but I think all of those things, when you take away the fundamentals, when you don't coach those things, when you don't teach those things, sometimes coaches have, especially at the higher levels, like I've seen this in college football, you see it at the NFL level, like the higher up you go, there's this thing in some coaches' brains where they believe, oh, you should already know that. You still have to reiterate it. You still have to continuously teach it. You still have to go over the fundamentals every single day, because that's how you continue to reaffirm the things that they know. Mm-hmm. Some coaches don't do that. And some coaches are terrible people. I'm just saying. They're terrible coaches and terrible people. They don't know what they're doing, and they don't know
people.
Trust me, Anthony. Some of them are terrible people.
Oh no,
they're not because they're terrible coaches, but just because they're terrible people. They might be actually good coaches, but terrible people. They might be terrible coaches, but great people. And then you got terrible people who are terrible coaches at the same time. So it's a whole array of
players and
he was a good coach, but a terrible person, allegedly.
He was a good coach in college.
Well, he didn't get a chance at the NFL level to know if he was a good coach or not.
Well, he squandered that chance.
Because he may not have been a good person.
My personal opinion, took a shotgun to his own NFL career.
Anthony, that's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say fundamentals. I say similar. I think it's attention to detail.
Yeah.
I think whether you're a baseball team, Zoosh brings up the NBA, shifting more toward the three-point shot. When you allow somebody to try to, and let me rephrase here. It's not they're trying to cut corners, but I think everybody's trying to find the way to win. And when you stumble upon something where it's like, hey, if we just hit home runs, we'll be good. Or we just hit strikeouts, or just hit the three-pointer, math, right? You start to eliminate some things. And in the case of baseball, you're eliminating manufacturing runs, which should be one tool in the toolbox. Just like home runs should be, just like strikeouts and not walking anybody and keeping the ball in the ballpark should be for pitchers. It's a tool. They're details of the game. But I think whether you're a baseball team, a football team, a hockey team, a basketball team, or a company that has lost its way,
like a puppy
that's lost its way, I'd be willing to bet, guys, that whatever that company started to have success, you started to lack the attention to detail. What got you there? What made you successful? Because you became content and you didn't have to worry about it, and then the hard work doesn't go in, and you just start to cut corners, and before you know it, the product isn't as good as it used to be. I think it's a lack of attention to detail.
So I think we can all agree that the Cardinals fall into this category.
Correct.
And tell me if I'm wrong on this, because I might be, but do you also find it ironic? Maybe that's the right word. Maybe it's not.
Alanis?
What?
Alanis?
Morissette?
Yeah.
No, ironic.
I thought you said Giannis.
Got it. Don't you think?
A little too ironic. Anyways, it's like rain on your wedding day, Anthony. Anyways.
I know that one.
No, that, but not Rage Against the Machine. How could you?
I'm going to lose my train of thought.
Go. Sorry, go.
We always criticize the Cardinals for not being with the times. Yet, we don't really like where baseball is right now. We don't like the three true outcomes. We don't like how baseball is being played and what the good teams are doing other than spending money. Don't you find it ironic, though, that we want the Cardinals to get up with the times, yet we don't like this brand of baseball?
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like you're either making a great point or cherry picking. I don't know which one, Marsh.
Maybe it's both.
Maybe it's a little of both.
I don't know.
What is up with the times? How about we start there?
Let's define it, right?
Yeah, because up with the times would be what? Home runs, strikeouts, all that. I think
launch angle, exit velo off the bat.
But I think
they are up on that, though, aren't they?
They are, but I think that I've often said this. Analytics are it's just information. I think you should really rely on everything you can. Like who was success? Like Dave Duncan.
Well, you say that though, but then we listen to the audio and it sounds like they're preaching these other things and not the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So that's where I think when people complain about analytics and statistics and all this other nerdy stuff within the game of baseball, I think that's what they're mad about, is that they're teaching and worrying about these other aspects of the game rather than learning how to hit the cutoff man, or maybe where to throw the baseball. Once you commit an error at first base, maybe don't throw it back to third base. Like just stuff like that.
In fairness, Wilson threw it straight into the ground right around the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, it went to third base.
He was attempting to go to the third base line. No, Marsh, here's how I would say this, right? Because we listen to the audio, and I completely agree with the audio. Here's what I'd say. You know who I want to care about launch angle and exit velo and all that stuff? I want the front office to care about it. I want the coaching staffs in minor league baseball and the players to worry about the fundamentals of the game. If the front office, who is trying to quantify or judge what a player's value is, I want them to know about launch angle. I want you to do the nerdy stuff, nerds. I want baseball players to do what you're talking about, to know where to throw the damn baseball when it comes to, setting up defensive situations, situational baseball. I want you to have an idea when you step in the box about what the pitcher could do, what I can eliminate, what I want to see, as opposed to, is my launch angle correct? I want the nerdy stuff and the analytics to be done in the front office to work on the roster management. But when it comes to the managers, I don't want my AAA manager saying, your launch angle's off. I see it here on a paper. No, I want you to be able to explain to the player why you're,
how to get a better
why
swing
your
on
backside
the
is collapsing, or why you're taking why you're swinging a slider 3 feet outside the box.
Yeah,
that's that. I think there's room for information. I think there's room for coaching in the same organization. But let's let the numbers people do the numbers thing, and let's let the coaching, the playing, be separate from that, in my opinion.
Well, I see with these numbers, if, let's say, the Cardinals are looking at a certain player and they see that his launch angle, we'll use launch angle for this example, is at a certain degree. Well, we're not going to go out and get another person to sort of fill the void for what our ideal launch angle is for this type of player. We're just going to change his swing so his launch angle looks like what we want it to look like.
Right. No, I think that's a mistake. I
think that's where people are getting upset about. They're trying to change players into what their ideal player would be based on numbers.
Right.
And I think that's the problem, because every player, it's not a one size fits all. You can't just put numbers and say this is what you need to be because you're this height, this size, your swing pattern. Every player is different, and they have different things that drive them or help them get to where they are. It's not, for me, it's not a one size fits all for every player. You have to figure out what that player does well and how to maximize what he does best. And I think that's where this is my opinion, the analytics can just take over the entire mindset or the entire setup for what you're trying to do for a player, as opposed to, okay, let's work on what you do best and figure out how we can get the best out of you. Damn the launch angle. Because are you going to change the entire swing? Are you going to change the steps, the stance? What are you changing? How are you trying to change this launch angle from this degree to this degree? How can you get this player to make contact and hit the damn ball hard
on the
consistently?
Barrel? Yes, because I think those two things will coincide.
Correct. You'll get that launch angle when I work on the mechanics of what you need to do. I'm not going to teach a player and say to him, well, your pad level and your angle on this needs to be at this degree. Now I'm going to show you how to get to that level so I can get the correct angle that I need. If your path, and we're talking two different sports, I get that. But if I'm teaching a player how to kick out a defensive end on power and he's going at the wrong angle, I'm not going to say, well, you were going at a 75-degree angle. You actually need to be at a 40. No. Right. Here's the path I need you to go. This is the aiming point I need for you. This is what you can expect on this play when that right tackle goes down. He's going to be hauling butt this way. All of these things are, and it's still analytics. It's still angles. But you just have to teach a player how to have success and then allow them to be the player at the same time.
Right.
Allow you to adjust on the fly. I'm going to teach you how to do it, and I'm going to tell you that everything I just told you could change right now in an instant.
Yep.
So now you have to be able to adapt and adjust. And again, those are two different sports, but coaching is coaching.
Yes.
You're coaching the player. You're trying to teach them how to have success by doing what they need to do, and they have to be able to adapt and adjust based on what you taught them.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And we're a little long here, but I'll just say this, guys. I think there's also a separate issue here. It's the fans' issue with analytics. I'll give you an example. Baseball, for some reason, I don't mind some of the advanced stuff. Some of it's kind of interesting to look at. If you follow and understand it, it's kind of interesting. You know when I hate it and never want it? Football. The EPA and all that stuff, it drives me insane. Whenever I hear somebody start to break down expected blah, blah, blah. Same thing for you in baseball, CD. Whenever I hear somebody saying, well, expected points advanced, I'm like, stop. I just want to watch the game. So I understand that from some people's standpoint, but I just avoid it. For some reason in baseball, we have made it a thing. Football, there's a lot of advanced metrics. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't know what one of them means. Don't care. I want to watch the game. I want to enjoy it. Don't ruin my football. That's how some people feel for baseball. But you gotta at some point you just gotta tune it out. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Good conversation, I believe. Good stuff there. By the way, Cardinals. I believe. By the way, the Cardinals 3-2. They're losing 3-2. Got a couple runners on in the top of the 8th. Perhaps they can come back. Remember when they used to come back in games? That was a huge storyline earlier in the year.
I got a future Hall of Famer at the plate right now.
I'm just mad I didn't pick Pozo for my home run.
We'll see what he does. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. NFL top 50 players heading in the 2025 season, 11 through 15. We'll tell you who they are and talk about some of the storylines related to those players next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, if you were looking for the perfect gift for that special somebody, look no further than Diamonds Direct. Over at Diamonds Direct, you are going to get a selection that's like shopping 30 stores all at once. I mean, it really is crazy, the amount of items, beautiful items that they have over at Diamonds Direct. You are going to get Diamond Expert, a staff that really cares about you, about your story, about what you're buying. They dig in. I promise you, you're going to love the whole crew over there. I told you, Veronica's been taking care of me for a long time over there at Diamonds Direct. Evan, the manager, the entire crew, fantastic to work with. You are going to love this group. So whatever the occasion, maybe she's got a birthday coming up. You guys have an anniversary. You're thinking about popping the question. By the way, if you are thinking about popping the question, if you buy an engagement ring right now over at Diamonds Direct, you get a wedding band for free. So you might as well take advantage of that over at Diamonds Direct. Over there are no extra layers. There's no nonsense. All you get is quality diamonds at a price you actually feel good about. The place is different. Check them out. Go online, diamondsdirect.com, and get into the showroom at Olive and 270 at City Place. It's Diamonds Direct.
You certainly can't stop these Cardinals. You can only hope to contain them. Cardinals now up 4-3 on the Doyers because the Dodgers don't believe in defense. They believe in paying their guys a truckload of money to hit home runs, and boy, they hit them. But teams that don't believe in defense don't deserve to win championships, and the Dodgers just throwing the ball all over the place. So the Cardinals have taken advantage of a couple of miscues by the most overrated team in baseball. And the Cardinals are now up 4-3 in the top of the 8th. And they're still bad, and they're looking for more. They're hunting for more, Marshy.
Yeah, by the Cards.
Pedro Pages walked.
Yeah, intentionally.
Intentionally walked.
Did you think you'd ever see the day?
Oh, well, he poses a huge threat at the plate, Anthony.
Yeah, very true. Good call. Guys, plenty of time. Cardinals still in this thing. And I don't mean this game.
Wow. Why not us, Anthony?
Right?
I've been saying it. Why not us?
I've agreed with you.
Why not us, Carey?
I mean, should we check?
Carey.
What's the wild card standings these days?
Well, I haven't looked in about a week, Anthony, but I'm sure it's close.
Oh, it's 6 games out of that third wild card.
Anthony,
only 6.
This has happened before. Cardinals, multiple times.
Do you remember 2011? Of course you do.
Do you remember 2021?
Sure, but 2011, Marsh.
Yeah, they won the World Series that year.
And they should have been eliminated.
Yeah.
I mean, they were dead. Left for dead that year.
Absolutely.
Won it all.
They did.
So you keep not believing, but Marsh and I are going to do our thing.
You know, you had 11 and 11. That was the hashtag, you know?
Yeah.
This year, it's why not us?
I believe it. I certainly do. I don't believe in this PFF list, though, of the top 50 most important players heading into the 2025 season. Saquon Barkley, I think they had him ranked like 50.
Yeah, like 21, 22.
That's despicable. 15, Rashawn Slater. Now, I do like Rashawn Slater.
No, you love Rashawn Slater.
Chargers got one of the best offensive lines in football. Protecting a player in Justin Herbert that Carey doesn't believe in.
Best quarterback in the NFL.
Rashawn Slater is important. I don't know if he's as important as, Saquon Barkley. But nonetheless, Rashawn Slater, 15. Dexter Lawrence is 14th. I think the Giants' defensive line is going to be pretty good this year, Carey. But Dexter Lawrence, 14th?
They got they do have, they got Burns and they got Abdul Carter out of Penn State in the first round. They might be a really good defensive front.
Oh, I agree with that. But Dexter Lawrence, 14th? Important players.
He's up there. It's only one other interior defensive lineman ahead of him, isn't it? Chris Jones. It's hard to
you keep spoiling everything, Carey.
Well,
come on, Carey. We're breaking it down 5 at a time.
Is that a spoiler alert?
Yeah.
Okay, Dexter Fowler. I'm sorry. Dexter Lawrence is the highest interior defensive lineman on the list thus far.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Number 13, Tristan Wirfs from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You all don't find the O-line, D-line picks very sexy.
You know what? I actually was just going to say I do appreciate the fact that they do have offensive lineman high.
And I think it's hard to really quantify how important that position is. Both of those positions, interior defensive lineman, because you don't know those guys' names, because those guys, especially, unless you're a Warren Sapp or an Aaron Donald getting to the quarterback,
Jalen Carter.
Those guys get a lot of love because they get sacks and they get to the QB. But those other guys are just as important.
Absolutely.
In terms of stopping the run and not allowing big plays up the middle. If you don't have a good interior defensive lineman, and if you don't have a great offensive line, you're not going to have any success at any level. Those are the two most important positions in football, O-line and D-line.
Don't you mansplain football to Marsh and I?
Just telling you.
You son of a...
I told you when I used to coach, he'd be like, man, I got a kid coming to Hazelwood Central. I'm like, cool. What position you play? Running back. Oh, okay. Cool. See him when he gets there.
Wide receiver.
He's a 6'5" offensive lineman. When the hell will he be there?
What's his teacher's name? Just want to say
pick
hello.
him up. I'll go get him.
It's a 6'5" offensive lineman with incredible feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring him on.
Nick Bosa is 12, and 11 is Jordan Mailata.
A lot of offensive line and defensive line on this in this spot.
Look, I don't hate it. I don't hate it for the exact reasons you said, but I will say this. I mentioned this before. The offensive line, I just view it as a collective unit.
Yeah, but there are guys that are standouts on that unit that kind of separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And I think Jordan Mailata is one of those guys. He's an outstanding tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. Rashawn Slater, as much as I joke about the Chargers and how I don't think Justin Herbert is great, I do think they have one of the best offensive lines in the game, which is why they run the ball so well. And I think that
do a lot of things well.
They run the ball really well.
Got a really good quarterback.
They run the ball really well. And they will this year too.
Baker Mayfield or Justin Herbert?
I take Justin.
Okay. I'm just trying to see where your line of demarcation here is.
I mean, we can keep going.
No, we did it the other day. It's okay.
I take Justin.
But you had him like 15th or 16th.
Exactly. I had like 14 guys in front of him.
That's a little rough.
I don't think so. I think it's fair. I think it's a fair placement for old Justin.
All right. Biggest question of the day. Apparently, Marsh is attempting to tick off everybody in St. Louis with the biggest question of the day.
Maybe.
He'll pose it. Maybe. Next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals lead the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. We'll keep you updated on that one when this game comes to a close. If you miss anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews, including the ones we had today with Illini football head coach Bret Bielema and our guy Brad Thompson. If you missed those interviews, make sure you go check out the podcast page, all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have our biggest question of the day coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Biggest question of the day, brought to you by Mentality. Our patients experience a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Reclaim your health at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
All right, our biggest question of the day will be posed by Andrew Marsh, and I think it's because he wants to tick off Cardinal Nation.
Anthony, that's actually the complete opposite. I'm just intrigued by this piece of audio that I'm about to play.
All right.
Heard this. This is by Cameron Maben. Oh. Ironically, was part of the Gauntlet the other day.
He was, yeah.
Detroit Tiger.
Center fielder.
That is correct. That was his main position. He joined Foul Territory talking about a specific team and their style of play that will save baseball.
Whoa.
Very interesting. Take a listen.
There's so many guys that when you look around his lineup, it's somebody every single night, right? It's not just one guy, and it's usually a team effort. And I said it off, Aaron, I'm going to say it now. The Milwaukee Brewers and Pat Murphy are going to save the game of baseball, right? When we have these gurus stressing OPS and creating holes in the swing and creating guys that aren't complete baseball players, the Brewers and Pat Murphy continue to stick to the blueprint, right? And that's the old school blueprint. Average matters. Can you move guys? Can you get guys over? Can you manufacture runs? 56 hits. Like, that's a fun team to watch if I'm a fan, right? You know something's going to happen, and they're going to find a way to win baseball games. And it's just, a lot of props to the Brewers for each and every year, no matter who's running the show, they continue to go and get ball players. And I think, again, they're going to save baseball. This is the brand of baseball we need to celebrate and promote even more.
So, the biggest question of the day, it is a two-parter, Anthony Stalter. Are the Milwaukee Brewers saving baseball? And as Cardinal fans, should we celebrate the Brewers model and hope it succeeds so the Cardinals can replicate that? Or do fans still want those types of teams to not ultimately win, so the big spenders are the right model to follow, and your team will eventually have the kahunas to spend some money?
Do you want me to go the snarky route?
I want the honest route, Anthony. Come on.
Because the snarky route would be like, how many titles have the Brewers won?
Well, maybe that's part
with
of
this unbelievable model. Can they save baseball? No, I don't think so, because they're quite cheap. So I don't think there's going to be any saving of baseball. I think the Dodgers will continue to do sinful things, like load up on Hall of Famers, defer the money, and take advantage of baseball's dumb financial setup. But this does go back to the conversation that we had before. If you're talking about saving baseball from the fans' perspective, we'll see. Bottom line is you better win. You better win it all. Because the only thing that fans gravitate toward is teams that win it all and how they did it. How did you build your roster? What did you do? What was the scheme or the system or the setup? It's the only time we pay attention. And that's the honest truth. And it kind of sucks because there's every team plays 162 games. Sports are not just winning a championship. It's the only thing we gravitate toward, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to watching how the game is played, I would love to see more quote-unquote small ball and fundamentals to go along with the ding-dong Johnsons and the big strikeout numbers.
I think if they win a championship, I think you will start to see other teams that are not capable of spending, like the Dodgers, like the Mets, like the Yankees, trying to find out if they are able to go that route. I think that's what baseball is. And I know that's not something people want to hear in St. Louis about the Milwaukee Brewers, but they're playing baseball at a really high level, even in the division. I mean, the Chicago Cubs, at one point, the Brewers were chasing everybody down, and they surpassed the Cubs, and they were playing, at such an elite level that they haven't had to spend money like some of these other organizations, and they're still winning. So everything is a copycat league, like whether that's the style of play on the field or whether that's the mindset off the field. If teams can find a way, Cardinals are probably looking at the Brewers right now and trying to figure out, well, how in the hell are they doing this, winning the division?
Yeah, they should have been doing that
spending less money than us.
Yeah.
Right? And so you probably will see the St. Louis Cardinals hoping that the Milwaukee Brewers can win a championship so they really can sell it to their fans. Hey, look at the Brewers.
Yeah.
They did it.
Well, I think that's part of the question, because it depends on what type of fan you are. Are you the fan that is looking at what this team probably will do, which is not spend money? Are you going to lean into that? If so, maybe you want the Brewers or a team like the Brewers, doesn't have to be the Brewers, but a low-spending type of team to win it all, so you have confidence, a little bit of confidence, knowing that your team could also do that without spending. Or are you the other fan who says, I want some superstars, man. I know this team really hasn't developed a big superstar in quite some time. You have to go out and grab that superstar from another team. That's how you ultimately win championships. And I'm really upset right now because, one, my team doesn't do that, and two, they're not that good right now.
Let me ask you this, though. If the Cardinals won a World Series next year, they had 0 superstars, do you care?
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Now, do you have an easier path with a superstar? Absolutely.
Right.
So I'm not overlooking that. It's kind of like it goes back to our Mets conversation. I don't think the Mets are going to win a World Series this year. I don't think they have the starting pitching. But they're looking in and say, hey, if we shorten games, we're going to go with this big bullpen and our great offense. We're going to try to win it this way, right? There's multiple ways to win. But I think as fans, we ultimately do not care. We do not care about the big superstar. We just want one because a lot of times there's one on a World Series team, right?
For sure.
In 14? I always mix up 14 and 15.
What year are you looking for?
When the Cardinals lost to the Red Sox.
2013.
2013, thank you.
Yep.
When they lost in 2013, they had Matt Holliday. Would you consider him a superstar?
I mean, at the time.
Okay.
You had Carlos Beltran.
He's a good player, really good player. Ultimately, I don't think fans care. I think they'll gravitate toward whatever personality the team has. Like if a team is low to a superstar, it's like, yeah, suck on these baseballs. We got the best stars in the game. If it's the lunch pail crowd that's like the Boston Red Sox were in 2004, those annoying Red Sox,
they're still
when they're
excited
like,
about that.
We shouldn't even be here. We're a bunch of idiots. We want it. Then the fan base is going to be like, yeah, we're all idiots too.
Can we even use 2013 as an example? Like that was over 10 years ago. Baseball's in a different place now.
I'm just saying I use that example because if the Cardinals, if you thought like they didn't have they didn't have Pujols, they didn't have a superstar on that team, they almost won. Again, do you care if they got a superstar or not?
I don't think people care as long as you win. I think if you win a championship or have, a core group of guys that put you in a position to potentially win a championship in LCS, like your perennial playoff participants, and you're there every year and you have a chance, every other year, every third year to win a championship. I think people are extremely excited about that group, no matter what the age of the group is, no matter what the salary of that group is. Totally. Winning is a cure-all, it's a fix-all. And again, if the Brewers are showing that you don't have to spend X amount of dollars, 2 to 3 times what other teams are spending, and you can still put yourself in a position to win the division. Now, I think the part is winning the division is what the Cardinals have been going for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not just talking about winning the division. We're not just talking about being able to say you're the NL Central champs and get a hat and T-shirt, and then you get to go home. Like, winning for me is winning a championship or being on the cusp of winning one, like being close to it. And if that's the case, then I don't think people care who's playing. You're just winning division championships, then yeah, get us some more guys to help us get over the hump.
And it helps Milwaukee. They're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, very true.
So,
and I think they'll continue to be the best team in baseball until October. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Yes, it was a shot at the Brewers. They don't win. Marcia, you should appreciate that comment that I just made.
I thought it was very funny.
You're always about the teams that don't win.
I thought it was very funny. Of course, like the Cowboys.
Exactly. Or you often kill the Bears for the same reason.
The Bears. The 314 actually makes a great point, and we'll end it with this. Winning makes the superstar.
Wow. It's a good call. We'll wrap up this beast of a show next on 101 ESPN. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on the Dobbs Star Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. The podcast, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Thing I learned today is that Cardinals aren't out of this thing. They're about to close out the Dodgers, win the series, take 2 series against the fraudulent Dodgers, and perhaps claw ever so close to that third wild card spot. Go Cards.
I learned that your son Lincoln gave you the best compliment you've had.
He really did.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I wish I could share it.
Maybe a decade. 20 years.
43 years probably. Yeah, he was super sweet this morning to me in the bathroom. He was awesome. I appreciate that little guy.
Oh, I learned that, Anthony, you helped Tanner crack the code.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm sure listeners will understand that tomorrow, perhaps.
Maybe, if he pitches the idea to BK and Ferrario.
Yeah.
And they take it.
Absolutely. You guys ready for those 3 stars?
Absolutely.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to Anthony's stomach for the little noise that it made earlier in the show.
Yeah, that was
your
weird.
chest or your stomach? Or?
I don't know.
Second star of the day goes to Rage Against the Machine.
Yes.
Figured you'd like that one.
Don't know this.
Carey.
And our first star of the day, nobody except for one person pointed this out. I believe it was Jackson Burkett. But Anthony, your haircut is going to get our 3rd star. Our first star.
Oh, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Tanisha in the Snake Pit also led off the show with that. I appreciate you, Tanisha. Good stuff. She also left us a very nice compliment. She's excited to have Jamie return tomorrow. Jamie will be back with us tomorrow. Yeah. The Fab Four, as Tanisha called it from the Snake Pit. Fab Four will be back tomorrow. For Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.